Guru and Bud Knocker. Call the show at 818-435-8423 and follow the show on Twitter at Sportscast_THN. And now it's the Sportscast.
Welcome back to the Sportscast. NFL Gameday show with my boys, my compadres, my amigos. Got Knocker over there.
Got him fixed.
You
just
good?
in time, baby.
Good, Knocker.
Bam.
Right on time, just like she said. It got the Mexican on the ones and twos.
Yeah, talking some baseball.
And the leader in fantasy football and pick'em leagues,
What?
as far as the Sportscast crew goes, Johnny Icebox at the King's chair.
Thank you very much.
As he's grabbing his nutsack
Thank you
out of
very
it.
much.
Posing.
I'm not in first place.
You're not.
But
You're in
I am
second
right
place.
there.
You are one behind in the Pick'ems League, which we'll get you later. Glad to have everybody checking in here at thenewsportsgrew.com is where you guys can watch us live. You guys, if you're new to the show, you can watch all of our shows live on Ustream at Icebox Studios. Just subscribe to it, and it's right on our homepage as well. Each time we go live, 6 to 8 every Wednesday. And if you guys are on the go, just click on the link as well on our homepage. You guys can listen on your go on your smartphones. As we know, the new iPhone 6 just came out, as Johnny's got in his hands over there. And yeah, I know, special guy over there. Did you wait in line for it? Did you pre-order it? How'd you get your iPhone 6?
Do not tell me you
I
waited
pre-ordered.
in line.
No, I pre-ordered.
Thank God.
Okay.
No, my wife.
Thank
my wife
God.
waited in line for the 5, and that was a disaster.
Yeah, I don't understand that shit either.
So I pre-ordered it.
It almost led to a lot of what am I hearing coming out there? Knocker, is that you? I'm sure you're playing something.
I'm not playing
You guys
anything.
want to call the show today? 818-435-8423 is the number. Also, tweet the show at sportscast_THN.
Oh, it is me. Never mind.
Knocker, as he's getting his computer straightened out here. Got a lot
Stephen
going
A.
on today.
Smith. That's the guy I want to hear.
Yeah, really. We don't want to hear Stephen A. Smith's bitch ass. Are you kidding me?
brother.
This brother.
Oberto! Are you kidding me, bro? That's the only thing you could get? Was Oberto? Okay, pour your drink down on me. I'm going to pretend like I'm in your
need
stomach
to
in a raincoat.
Hear Jason
Yeah.
Tebow's impression of him on Punch Drunk Sports. It's hilarious.
Is
that
pretty
right?
good?
Yeah, he
Is it
does a
pretty
really,
good?
really good.
Check it
This
out.
dude,
Stephen A. Smith.
I don't get this.
Speaking of that, I just
dude
talked
at
to
all.
Sam Tripoli. We're gonna get him on here.
Yeah.
The next
For sure.
weeks.
He's down.
I just hit him up. He's gonna.
You know,
text
I don't
me,
like
so.
Sam, though. Just not enough energy. He just does
Yeah, he's
not bring
boring.
any
He's
energy to
boring,
the
right?
show. No personality, no nothing. Dude's just a ball of energy. What?
Yeah.
What?
So
I
we're
love
gonna
him,
have,
man.
but a lot going on today. If you've guys got fantasy questions, it's our first bye week, guys.
Okay, fantasy
I mean, this is where
football
you got to start
questions.
thinking about your fantasy football team coming up. 6 teams on bye this week. A lot of big running backs sitting down. I mean, you're going to the nitty gritty and starting guys that you wouldn't even think would be in the top 10 as far as running backs this week. But a lot of busts this year as well, as we'll get into.
Are there
Jamal
any running
Charles?
backs left?
I don't Knocker. I don't know.
I went to the waiver wire and go, who's that guy? Who's
Yeah.
that guy? Who's that guy? Who's that? Jesus.
Hey, but I got to give us credit, fellas. I really do. Because
really?
guess who's in first place? We have 2 divisions in the Sportscast Fantasy
Right.
Football League, East and West. Guess who's in the top of the West? Me and Johnny Icebox.
Thank you.
Attaboy.
Thank you very much.
Attaboy.
And guess who is at the top of the East?
I'm going to have to guess because LB said it.
LB
And
said-
LB said it. And yours truly.
That's right. Sportscast crew, baby.
That's why we have a show and you don't.
Suck it, all you bitches in the Sportscast League.
That's why we have a show and y'all don't.
Well, what's up with your pick'ems, though?
Yeah. Well, we'll get into
We'll
those
get into
later.
that.
We'll get into
Oh,
this pick'ems
man.
later.
Thanks, Johnny.
Sorry, I had to bring it down just a little
You
bit.
are one pathetic loser.
We're gonna get into our
We can't
week.
get too cocky.
No, we can't. Not yet.
It's only
We're
week 3.
We're going to get into
Or-
our
and-
week 4 picks here coming up here.
Just
Pigskin
wait.
Pick'em. Johnny is making an unbelievable run here
What a
early
run.
in
Yeah.
2014, so we'll talk about that. Also, our fantasy boom bust will be coming up for each game. As LB said, it joins us. Lawrence Brooks will be here about 6:45, about 45 minutes. We'll break down all the games coming up. Again, give you our winners, boom bust. If you have fantasy questions, please call the show, 818-435-8423, or tweet us. That's also a great way to get really quick on the air at sportscast_THN. Also coming up, you got knocked the fuck out. Got some good ones this week as well. I mean, football season's intact. Shot of the Week award this week, I've got 4.
What? You have 4?
I've got 4.
I
I've
have
got a
one.
4-way going right now.
I have
Yeah.
one besides the
4.
Dodgers.
Oh, you got one beside. All right.
Yeah.
Besides Clayton
So
Kershaw?
two.
Beside Clayton Kershaw and the
Hey,
Dodgers.
thank God.
That's only because it wasn't a day game, right?
I really thought about it.
Right?
You guys gave me shit like last week, dude, and I was like, fuck, I really got to think about something. other than the Dodgers. So actually, I got a couple, but
All right.
Yeah, I
I'll
got 3
reveal those
too.
later.
You've
I
got 3,
two.
so we've got a lot. If
Damn.
you've got a
All right.
shot or a shit of the week award, someone you want to shit on this week, also chime in as well. This past weekend, guys, just real quick, anything special going on this past weekend? I had my 7-year anniversary.
Yes, you did.
So I want to give a loving kiss out to my wife. I know. We went out to Malibu, then spent the evening in Santa Monica Pier. Got a hotel room on the beach, did it up. Had some, ate some great dinners, 5-star restaurants. Got drunk, ate some funnel cake. Don't know what happened. That happened. But you know what's funny? Now I've got to tell you this. She's probably gonna hate me for saying this, but before the night, she's like, "Babe, and this when you hear this from your wife, she's like, it's our 7-year. Let's do it 7 times." I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, I'm like, this is going to be fantastic.
Booby.
Yes,
All
but
right.
I'm like boobies. That's exactly
Well,
what I'm
keep
thinking.
Keep going. Don't
Okay.
stop there.
So I'm like, all right, babe, let's do this.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And she's like, all right, we're
What
about to go out
next?
to dinner. She's like, well, should we do one right now before we go to dinner? I was like, no, I don't want to get my makeup messed up. We'll just do it after dinner. Okay, so we get more drunk, more hammered. We're walking back over.
I'm thinking 0 now.
Yeah, okay, you
I'm
know where I'm
thinking
going with this,
0.
right? So
I'm
we've been
thinking whiskey
drinking.
dick.
We're drinking.
No.
We're drinking. We get back
You
from
shouldn't have
off the
told me
pier.
anymore.
I get my funnel cake. We're both eating it on the way home, and we get back to the hotel room, and we're like, this is only going to happen one time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally, it happened 7 minutes instead of 7 times happened
right.
for me on my anniversary.
Hey, well, that's good.
So,
7 minutes.
I know.
That's good.
7 minutes.
That's good. I'll take that.
I was like, so that was what I went. Anything special for you,
No,
Knocker? You're moving
Yeah,
right
I watched
now.
your kid.
Thank you for that. I appreciate
There
it,
you
by the way.
go. There you go.
What you got? You're
No.
moving though, right?
Yeah, we're in the midst of moving, and so yeah.
You got a
Um,
hectic, basically 2 weeks.
Saturday I worked. First Saturday in a long time. It sucked. But Sunday I went out and watched your brother play in a paintball tournament down
Cool.
in Colton.
Okay.
It was awesome. That's fun to watch. They got to the finals. They lost in double overtime. It's pretty cool. Pretty
Okay.
cool. Went back to the new house, cleaned out the garage, man. Just swept out everything, swept the floor, swept out the cobwebs, blah blah blah. Moved a whole bunch of stuff. Pretty boring, but
Knocker weekend.
you know,
Old man weekend.
yeah,
Moving.
you know.
Hey, you're moving. Just gonna be stressful. So, all right, Renee, what did you do? Anything special?
You know what? Just partied over this weekend.
Okay.
Man, I'm excited for Heidi and Frank's
Sogfest.
coming
Your band's
up.
gonna be
Yeah,
playing.
Yeah,
Go
my
ahead, promote
band's-
it, man.
My
Go
band's
ahead.
playing Natural Heights. We got a good 20 minutes, so try to bring the best music that we have.
Yeah.
We're gonna play the songs that we played off of Stay or Go.
Yeah.
And that's gonna
Plus
be
a lot more.
October 4th.
That is October 4th.
Saturday, October 4th. So 2 weeks from now.
At the Grove of Anaheim.
Just go to
Yeah.
HeidiandFrank.com,
California.
right? And
Yep.
they can get all the info there.
Yep,
It's a
all the
free event.
details
If
are
you
there.
guys want to go to a kick-ass event, bikini contest, I mean, you're going to have Renee's band playing.
Oh, they're
You know,
putting all 3 together
all
in
three-
one
I mean,
night.
it's going to be a hell. Johnny's
They're
going
going to
be
get
there.
thrown
Gonna
out
be
of the
a
I
city
mean,
of
literally.
Anaheim.
And it's
I'll
in
be drunk.
Anaheim, the Grove of Anaheim. So check it out at HeidiandFrank.com. Love
Now,
to blow them
We
up.
went
So-
last
Renee.
year, man. It was a
Yeah.
blast. It was
It
so
is.
much fun.
Renee, do you know what order in the lineup? There's 5 bands playing, right, Johnny?
Yeah.
Do you know what order in the lineup
I
you are?
belive we're first.
Yeah, they're
No,
open.
so they
I
get
think
to
we're
kick off
opening
the
up
show.
the show. I think
They're
we're kicking
opening
it
the
off from what
party.
I've been
Nice.
told.
And that would be
so-
at what time, just to make sure people know to come
We'll
and see Renee.
We'll see.
Yeah,
Listen,
okay.
we're still working on details. Let's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
get it too far. into
Okay,
it.
so the
That's fine.
I believe
Sogfest
doors
though,
open
yeah,
at
yeah,
7:30.
Just
So
be there.
Renee's preparing
Be
for
there.
that. Johnny, do you think special?
I went to a barbecue.
Besides excel in NFL picks and fantasy football?
No, I went to a barbecue on a rooftop in Hollywood.
Really?
Awesome. And saw my friend having sex on another roof.
Atta boy.
Yeah, nothing big. Nothing
Yeah,
big.
give me the kids like it.
Now, whose ass were you viewing? Hers or his?
I
Who
like
was
Mark
on top?
Sanchez.
Is what I'm asking.
Yeah, she was on top.
That's okay then. That's nice.
All right, guys. So we'll get into it. We got a lot of news and notes here coming up. Knocker's got his college minute. I'm going to give you 5 minutes today, Knocker.
Whoa.
Just because I feel like I'm speeding it up too much. There's a lot of college action going on. We had a couple Hail Marys games. The Florida State Seminoles came out in a big way after benching their starting quarterback. So we'll talk about that and more. Again, guys, the number is 818-435-8423. So call the show at any time. Let's get into our news and notes here from around the league in the NFL. Our first one up here, going to be Devin Hester over the weekend on Thursday.
Attaboy.
Sets a record against Deion Sanders here. Is it kick returns for touchdowns?
Most kick and punt returns, just
Okay.
returns. Period.
Okay.
The record he was tied with Deion for I
Up on
think
the
like
screen.
5 years. I think he was tied for 5 years, and he finally broke it.
Is it up
at-
on the screen?
At 20,
Okay.
and paid the tribute with the hand behind the head and the
Yeah.
high stepping into the end zone. That's a hell of a record.
Just
Deion was awesome.
Devin Hester again. Was that just, guys, not throttling on Thursday Night Football? Falcons, Buccaneers. What was it, 28-0 first quarter? Spread was 7. Everyone's just like, thank you,
Money.
money there Thursday night. So Devin Hester, again, gives his tribute to Deion Sanders here. All right, next up here, Johnny. I know it's your shot, but it's also in the news here. Steelers in a huge game against the Panthers Sunday night. Knocker thinks it was rigged.
Fixed. The game was fixed.
But the Steelers lose a couple guys on defense. Ike Taylor goes out with a big injury. One of your better cornerbacks here. They lose a couple of guys on the defensive front. And your boy, you gave a shot to him 3 weeks ago
He
when
gave
the
a
season
shot. He
started.
gets the karma. He got the energy
He
back.
got the
right?
Steelers, the black and yellow energy. James Harrison comes out of retirement. Thank you for throwing up there, Renee. And what do you got to say about your boy James Harrison coming out, man?
Devo's back, baby.
Devo is back. Steelers this weekend. Now, you're one of the only people that picked the Steelers this weekend. You really are confident in your Steelers this year, aren't you?
I absolutely 100% am.
Le'Veon Bell.
Every year I am.
Le'Veon Bell, big game, 80-yard run in this one.
Yep.
Antonio Brown is just
And Blunt. Can't forget about Blunt.
can't smoke weed every day with the blunts.
I mean, you're talking about.
Thank you, Renee. Antonio
about a
Brown, though, this
Yep.
kid's for real.
He is. Antonio Brown?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the best wide
Looks like a
receivers out
stud,
there.
made a great catch in the end zone. So the Steelers coming out
Got
on top.
Frank-
I do gotta
got Frank
say-
Kramer a lot of points in his fantasy
Yeah.
this week.
I do got to say, nice transition work for Pittsburgh. They've gone from
Right.
an aging, a slower offense to a lot of young legs. I mean, every position now has some young legs there, except for Big Ben.
They've
But
had a
he's
lot
still-
of talent on that team.
But the transition has been pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Pretty smooth. And now they've got a young, fast, non-traditional Pittsburgh offense.
Yeah.
And they look really good. And Big Ben just not the best at eluding a sure sack and making something happen out of nothing. The guy's incredible. He
Yeah,
really is,
The
man.
Steelers just one of those organizations that just like the Patriots every year they're at least relevant. So
I think I saw that Ben was up like 100 sacks next to, I think Eli Manning was the next quarterback
Right,
after that.
right.
But I think Ben had like 100 more sacks than Eli.
Yeah.
But it's, I think that's a positive thing because he's not losing the ball. He's not turning it over like Tony
He's not
Romo.
throwing
Sure.
it.
Eat the ball instead of turn it over.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's not
You
a
had
bad
to go
thing.
to the Tony Romo reference. You couldn't reference any other quarterback in the league besides Tony Romo.
Well, I was just going with the worst one that I can think of.
All right, thank you very much. All right,
It's going with the obvious.
sad story, real quick. Well, it was a big story over the weekend. Rob Bironas, former Tennessee Titans kicker, killed in a car accident.
Yeah,
Now,
weird
as more
story.
news comes out here, it says he tried to run off some kids off the side of the road. It gets a little more hairy there. So if you guys want to check out the full story, though, Rob Bironas, former, well-known with the Tennessee Titans kicker, married to Terry Bradshaw's daughter,
Right.
died in a crazy accident over the weekend. So our prayers and sorrows go out to them as well.
sure.
Now, this one here was pretty interesting. If you could throw it for me, Renee. Nick Foles for the Eagles, quarterback, getting drilled at the end of this Redskins game here. A couple guys getting ejected. If you could throw up the video here for me, Renee, it's Nick Foles getting blown up. Fight breaks out during the Redskins-Eagles game. A couple guys ejected, one in particular, Chris Baker, the guy that hit Nick Foles here. So you can check out the video live at thenewsportsgroup.com or watch us right here on Ustream as we're showing the highlight. Now, boys, I want to get your opinion here on this Nick Foles. Was this a cheap hit? Knocker, I'll go to you first.
Man, it is such a fine line, Josh. It truly is. Now, in his defense, he didn't lower his helmet. He didn't drive him to the ground. He didn't extend his arm. He just hit him. Yeah, it's a shoulder. Now, he didn't hit him like Ndamukong Suh might have. Wrap him, take him down to the ground, stomp him, and get up and do that whole thing. Nick Foles has to be aware of where he is on the field and what's going on. You have to have your head on a swivel. Do I think it's cheap? In my opinion, I don't find it necessary for that to be in sports, but it's part of the game.
Okay.
And you're supposed to protect yourself at all times. So this is on Nick Foles and not on Baker. And the league has backed him. They're not going to fine him.
They didn't even call a penalty
Right.
on the play. I
They're
don't
not-
understand how you can eject a guy when there wasn't a penalty on the play. Shouldn't the referees in the NFL be held to some kind of standard here?
I agree. It's overreaction to protect the quarterback, but it's within the rules of play. Once the ball changed hands, you are now a defensive player, and the
is he
defensive
defenseless?
Yes, he is.
Because that, according to the rule, you can't hit a defenseless player.
He is defenseless, but he's defenseless because he's stupid.
Is he defenseless because he's a quarterback? Our quarterback's just defenseless in general. Should we just make that rule? That's what they probably put in there. Instead of just saying a defender, put in a defenseless quarterback because they're always
I don't even know where to go with that. But if you're a quarterback and you throw an interception, you know what you should do? Run to the effing bench.
Yeah, duck and cover like Jim Everett.
Exactly.
Johnny, what What are your
No,
thoughts here?
I didn't really get a chance to look at the video completely.
But
Go
it's
ahead,
not,
Renee, can you
it's
throw it
not
up for me again?
Vicious. This
Go
guy
ahead.
really could have hurt
Take a
him.
look here. I mean, this is an interception. Okay, this is after an interception here.
It's football, so
Take a look. I mean, just blindsided him.
yeah.
No penalty called, but he's free game. The ball's been intercepted. It's coming back the
Yeah.
other way. And if you're the defender, you turn around and you see, okay, I see white and green.
I
I'm
don't
going
know
to hit
who
that
it is.
guy. Yeah. It's
Why
gonna
is
be,
he chasing the play? Just like you said, like they told you in grade school.
He's coming at a weird angle where it's kind of like I don't know what number it is, what player
drop
this
and cover.
is.
Oh, he knew it was
I know
quarterback.
that I'm looking at my.
I gotta
it-
believe
yeah.
he knew it was the quarterback.
Well, I think he's looking at his player, and he's looking to go make a block
Sure.
to help him out, and he kind of just says, "I'm picking the first guy next to me." And that's,
well, luckily,
So-
thankfully, Nick Foles
It's
wasn't
football.
injured on the
Come on,
play.
guys.
I agree. I agree,
agree.
Johnny. Thank you. That's all you got to say. It's football. It happens. This is what, like you said, run away then, Nick Foles. Don't just sit there and, look dumb, like, oh, threw an interception. Maybe
There's
get out of the way.
absolutely no reason for a quarterback to try and chase an interception.
So, typical
just
Phil-
go the other way.
And we love Philly. We know Mark Long's from there, right? We know Mark
Absolutely.
Long's from Philly. And,
Mr. Shoemaker.
yeah,
love
Mr.
Master.
Shoemaker as well. But Philly fans are in a league of their own, right?
Oh, for sure.
Well, supposedly Chris Baker, the guy that hit Nick Foles, was pelted with tartar sauce and mustard on his way out. So
That's all they had.
that's all they had.
They couldn't pee in a cup fast enough,
check
right?
check out the video. Yeah. Check out the video. It's on our NFL section on our website.
Wow.
So last up here in the news from around the league, we'll get to Knockers College segment in just a second. Johnny Manziel. Play didn't happen, but it was really good. This trick play, did you guys check this trick play out that
Yeah,
Johnny
that's
Manziel and the
pretty
Browns
cool.
pulled over the weekend?
I liked it.
Johnny Manziel came into the huddle, went off the field, or did he go off the field as he's standing on the sidelines and he's talking to his coach when the ball's hiked and he shoots down the left side of the field for a pass.
That's awesome. I love that. I
And-
love everything like that.
You know what? I didn't see this either. So his feet are legally
See, Johnny,
inbounds.
Johnny, he came into
On
the
the
huddle
green.
as a player, right?
Yeah.
And then ran off like he was running off the field, but stopped before he left the field and pretended to argue with the coaches.
It's a great play.
And then they
Great
snapped
play,
the
right?
ball.
Too bad somebody did illegal
Somebody
formation.
fucked up.
Yeah, it's fucked up and the play didn't count. But we'll give it up to Johnny Manziel and try
That's
and
awesome.
last up here.
It's like a Pop Warner thing.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
There was a fight during who? But them Cowboys coming back against the Rams over the
Yeah.
weekend.
Oh, my
Down
God.
21-0 to the Rams. And you could check out this Rams fight on the sidelines if you could throw it up for me, Renee. During the game, Jared Cook going out for a pass with his new quarterback. They come onto the sidelines and they get into a fight knocker. Is there ever been a time you've been a receiver before when you've gotten onto this? Is there stuff that's held in the locker room? How do you feel about confrontations on the sideline when it comes to quarterbacks and the running backs, quarterbacks and receivers? How do you feel? Should that be left in the locker room, or is that something that's just in the moment of the game where it should happen?
It's in the moment of the game, but this guy's an idiot. You don't do that to your quarterback.
Yeah.
You catch the effing ball. If you catch the ball that's thrown nicely into your hands.
I mean, it's Austin Davis, new quarterback for the Rams, hasn't been there a while.
but
So-
he threw it
right,
perfectly
Jared
to the
Cook
guy.
catch the ball.
Catch the ball.
Yeah, what's your argument? That's what
exactly.
I don't get.
So why are you pushing your quarterback?
Yeah.
Dude, if I'm the coach, dude, you're sitting.
I agree.
Just take your jersey off right now. Sit in the locker room.
Is it tank mode for the Rams?
No, not with Jeff Fisher. No. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed with the way the Rams have played their first 3 games. They have played them to the end. They've played all 60 minutes. They've been in every game. They've won games that they weren't supposed to win. They had the Cowboys beat. I'm very impressed with what he's done in that situation where you lose your best defensive lineman and your quarterback in the span of 1 week, and to hold it together right before the season starts, this happens, and to hold it together and have them play the way they're playing. Kudos, hats off to Jeff Fisher and what's going on with that team.
Okay.
This guy, dude, just catch the ball and there's no problem.
I agree. So that's been your news and
We
notes
have a
from around
call.
the NFL. We got a call? All right, bring him in.
Awesome.
You guys
It's
can
the
call the
Colonel,
show. 818-435-8423. We got the Colonel on the line. What's going on, Colonel?
Everyone, how y'all doing today?
We're doing fantastic
better,
on this
my
hump
brother.
day. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. You know, I was looking at that hit from the Redskins, and
Your
you
team's
know,
cheaters.
it was kind of Johnny. I mean, douchey to do that.
That's funny.
It's a douchey
Agree.
hit. It's a Johnny kind of hit, right? I mean, but
We're using my
he
name
is
as
he is free game, Colonel. The penalty wasn't called. Do you think it's a cheap hit? So you're saying it's a cheap hit then?
Yeah, it was a cheap hit. He didn't need to do that. However, the quarterback should have stayed out of the play. But still, come on, you don't do that.
No, I agree. It's a cheap hit and so he's going to be back though. I know you wanted to call and you tweeted us earlier, Colonel, about this Tony Stewart, decision that came down today. He was found not guilty of manslaughter, whatever you call it, murder of the man he killed on the racetrack, Ward Jr. And now it comes out that the guy he killed might have been on marijuana. He might have been smoking the weed when he'd been out there.
Smoke weed
Yeah,
every day.
he was a little baked, and could that have been a factor? Probably, absolutely.
Sure.
You don't drive while intoxicated on any type of substance. By all means, partake on your own free time, off the track, at the house, do whatever you want to do. But when you get into a race car like that and you're racing around the track and accidents happen like this, and that incident's a tragic incident all the way around. But you know what? Tony Stewart's been found not culpable. And the family, what really bugs the shit out of me on this one was the family comes back and they say, you know what, Tony Stewart murdered our son, and this is not over, and we're coming after you, and this, come on, seriously? I don't know.
Dude, bottom line, you don't get out of your car.
Yeah.
Period.
Exactly.
Why are you getting out of your
If you're on
car?
a 405 and there's an accident,
Exactly.
you
Do you get out of your car?
It's the
Seriously. I mean, come on, man.
Kidding me?
It's
Yeah.
all on Kevin Ward. As sad as it is.
There are idiots out there who would get
Yeah.
out of their car in the
As
405.
sad as
I've
it
seen
is,
it.
though, it is on Kevin Ward. He should never have gotten out of that car.
Never.
He should have found Tony Stewart in the pits and beat the hell out of him.
And
But you don't get out of your car.
obviously he was found on some marijuana, so who
Right,
knows
so
that?
it's-
I don't know if that has anything to really do with it.
No, it's just something to hang
It's
it
just
on.
something to hang it
I
on. But
know.
again, Tony, it's going to be Tony Stewart's going to be back in racing. I think that the right decision was made there. I don't believe Tony Stewart intentionally meant to
Oh,
hit
God, no.
Kevin Ward Jr. on
No.
that. It's just something. It's
No,
a
no,
tragic
no, no,
story.
no.
So, with your Redskins here, Colonel, while I have you on the line here, RG3 out. We talked to you about that last week. Now Kirk Cousins in. I kind of like the Redskins' chances now going forward.
Well, I still think they'll have a better record than Dallas, but I don't see them making the playoffs.
Damn, dude, does it ever not stop? God.
You are
Whatever
one pathetic
their
loser.
record is, it's going to be
Serious.
one more than
It
Dallas.
has to get a shot on the Cowboys. Everyone does.
Attaboy, Colonel.
Goodness.
Attaboy. Hey, how about our Nationals, baby? How about our Nats?
I know, baby. Look at them Nats. They are in the playoffs. They're the first ones. Well, I think one of the first ones in.
They are en
Awesome
fuego, man.
time.
8-2.
I hope they don't lose in the first round of playoffs like every other Washington D.C. team out there. But you know what? It's great to see them back. I'm wearing my old Nats playoff jersey or playoff T-shirt right now. Actually,
Attaboy.
You know that's
Attaboy.
you know it's a cutoff tank top. It's got a cut-off
Hey.
belly shirt on.
No, it's
belly-
redneck.
Hey,
It's a redneck T-shirt with the
it's a
sleeves
belly
ripped off.
shirt just for
Exactly.
you,
See?
Gray. It's a
Thank
belly
you.
shirt just for
Yeah.
you.
Take a picture with the Sportscast sticker on your tummy.
Yeah, see it. A tank top
Oh.
has defined edges and stuff. This
Yeah.
is T-shirt with the
Yeah.
sleeves ripped off.
Well, he's a military
you know,
man.
Billy Bob style.
Hey,
Hey, where's
real
our
quick,
sticker
shot
this
of-
week?
Shit of the week.
Yeah,
Okay.
give it to me.
Shot of the week, Derek Jeter, one of the best Yankees to play the game in the last 50 years. Shit of the week, Keith Olbermann for
Attaboy.
that jackassery that he
Oh.
came out with the other night. Are you
Attaboy.
fucking kidding me?
We were just talking about this off air coming into the show. It's funny you bring that up because me and Knocker kind of differed on it a little bit.
Both of your,
Yeah, both of us were kind of at the same way. Knocker's on your side here. I mean, he thinks Keith Olbermann is a little overboard. Me, on the other hand, I think Jeter is very, very great. One of the greatest players to ever play our game, but enough is enough here. Like every stadium, every day, it's Jeter's last this, Jeter's last that. I know already. I know that Jeter's gonna retire at the end of the year.
How can that scumbag, who didn't make it in mainstream journalism, by the way,
Yep.
actually put Derek Jeter above fucking A-Rod? Are you kidding me?
No,
You're out of your damn mind.
I'm gonna give Keith Olbermann for you a little.
Well, tell him to suck my balls.
Right for you. All right, Colonel, man, thanks for calling in once again, and we appreciate your support as usual, buddy.
You bet you guys. Hey, fight on. We're going to win this
Fight
weekend.
on, baby.
Fight on. I like it. All right, Colonel.
I am
Thanks
so
for calling
scared.
in. If you guys want to
Right.
get on the show, 818-435-8423 is the number. All right, Knocker, let's get into it. We had a big college football weekend.
Yeah,
What
nice
do you got
weekend.
for me?
Nice weekend last weekend, man. We had Alabama.
Okay.
Usually this game with Florida is just off the hook. It's
Hey,
usually for the conference
That
championship.
Lane Kiffin offense looks
Oh, he's
pretty
a genius,
good.
huh?
Looks
I am
pretty
just
good.
like so loving.
Love the
faces,
Kiff.
The faces between Saban and Kiffin. He is so close to choking this guy out. It's incredible, even in a victory. But you got to give it to Alabama. They showed up, covered the spread. East Carolina, man. Right now, I believe they're new to the ACC, or they moved up into conference. I'm not sure exactly which one, but they dropped 70 points on North Carolina.
It's a
Just
beating.
hammered them.
That's
This
an
is a
ass
week after
beating.
taking down Virginia
Ass
Tech.
beating.
This is a team to watch. The Pirates right there. Mississippi State goes into
Are
LSU.
they for real? Are they for real?
They seem to be, and they got the Stomper on their team.
They got the stomper.
I don't know what this guy's on.
They got
but he's
the
on
Stomper.
something, but he's on Stomper. But they go in
Throw it
to
up here.
LSU.
You've got the picture of the Mississippi State kid throwing down 2 stomps on LSU kids. His name right here, Mississippi State lineman Dylan Day, suspended for stomping 2 LSU players.
Yeah, pretty
During
crazy.
last week's game, you can check out the video here.
I don't
newsportsgrid.com.
think LSU had lost a home night game in like 10 years.
Yeah, Knocker. I mean, look how obvious it is. Johnny, have you seen this stomp here for the Mississippi State player? I mean, right on the guy's stomach while he's on the ground.
Bam!
Talk about cheap shot.
That's a double stomp. And then he did it again.
Yeah, did it again later in the
He
game.
did it again.
So again, Dylan Day, get your
Yeah.
act together, buddy.
So that was an awesome win for Mississippi State. Are they for real? We're going to find out.
Okay.
Pac-10, baby. I mean, Pac-12.
Pac-12.
Utah goes into the big house.
The
Lots
Utes,
of big talk.
The Utes.
Lots of big talk about Michigan this year. Furchess, big players. The defense was going to be stout. This was their year. Utah goes in there and just hands it to them, 26-10 in a game that was not even that close.
Keep it in your Pac-12, man. What about the Hail Mary game?
Arizona game?
Yeah.
That's at its
If you
best.
stayed up on the East Coast,
36
You had a
points
good
in the
one.
fourth quarter, winning on the last play of the game. Awesome win for
you
Arizona.
had that play too there. Renee, throw it up for me if you can. Their last play. Hail Mary, Arizona. Back of the end zone, Knocker.
Yes. Hats off to Cal, though. Hats off to Cal. Cal won 0 games last year, and they're 2-1 now. They
Crazy.
look good.
No-
This is just absolute insanity. But Arizona has been known to win games like this.
Yep.
They've done it 2-3 years in a row now. Oregon, I don't know what's up with Oregon. The officials pretty much handed them that game with the no call at the end of the game up in the wazoo. Washington State played their ass off and probably should have at least got to overtime with that one. Duke, if you're a betting man,
Oh,
Duke.
you're all about the Dukies this year.
Duke right now is covering the spread every single week. They're scoring
Playing
about
Miami.
30 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
Look for them to go into Miami and cover the spread.
Okay.
Okay? Right now, this week, tomorrow night, you've got a big game in the Pac-12. You got UCLA. We still don't know if Brett Hundley's going to play. They're playing the Arizona State Sun Devils, who are ranked number 15. This is the 11-15 matchup. Tyler Kelly for Arizona State is not in the game, but the backup quarterback has had 2 weeks to
Okay.
prepare. I look for Arizona State to give everything they have to
You've
UCLA.
got more time. I'm giving
and
you 2 more minutes, so don't
Okay.
you need to quick up.
this is an upset alert. Arizona State is a hell of a tough place to play.
I've got a request for your song for your segment right now. Coming in live from Twitter. This is what they want to play in the background. So go ahead.
I love
Petey Pablo's
That's
Raise
what I'm
Up.
talking about. The other team to watch right now,
That's a request. I'm just playing it.
hey, bring it, man. The other team to watch right now, Brett Bielema has taken an Arkansas team
Yeah.
that last year was horrible. If not
Turn the
the
program
worst
around.
team in the NCAA, one of the bottom 5 teams. They've turned it around. They are 3-0. They covered last week. They've got a nice game coming up against Texas A&M. This is a real good game to watch. Bet the over on this. There's going to be a ton of points scored.
Okay, you're giving
in
out
this
a pick
game.
on Knocker.
Yeah.
Who went
Yeah.
4-0 over the weekend in Sports Guru VIP picks?
I ain't
I
saying.
think Knocker did
I'm
4-0 in
not
his
gonna
college
say.
picks.
An interesting game here. Upset alert. Baylor's going to Iowa State. Iowa State is just not that good a team, but
Okay.
they always come up every single year at home and they upset somebody.
Are those the Cyclones?
Yes.
Oh, the
This-
Cyclones are always tough at home.
This is an upset watch. Baylor going there. They've had nice, easy games at home, scoring lots of points. Boom. That's an upset watch right there.
Okay.
You got Florida State going to NC State. I don't know what's going on with that program. Nice win over Clemson. Clemson should have won that game. And for those of you who are sending threats to the center for the Clemson football team. Y'all can go fuck yourselves.
Oh, wow.
Seriously.
And he did. No,
First one.
Johnny, did he not come in this room earlier
First
today
one.
and say, "Hey
First
guys, we cussed a lot on
We
last
did
week's
last
show"?
week, and
okay?
I'm an offender. But
Okay.
you know what?
He's the first one that drops it down.
This is college football. The guy did not mean to snap the ball over the guy's head, okay? And it's not his fault the kicker missed a 40-yard field goal to win the game. Get off it, people. Quit sending threatening letters to young men who are playing football. If this is what your life depends upon, then it's your problem,
You got a
idiot.
you got a game of the week coming up.
Well, the game of the week right now is the UCLA-Arizona State game.
Arizona State without their quarterback.
I still think it's a great game because the offense is still run. You know, he just needs to make his reads. Arizona
Okay.
State doesn't throw deep. It's dunk here, dunk there. So I think their backup quarterback can do a very good job. Can UCLA protect their quarterback?
All right.
That's what it's going
We'll
to come
see.
down to. USC is playing Oregon State at home. I am very worried
I
about
agree.
my Trojans.
Always going up there.
Oregon State looked very good last week, albeit San Diego State, they looked very good. Okay? Oregon State has Sean Mannion, who is going to end up being the #1 passer in the history of the Pac-12. By the end of the season, he will be. They've got good running backs. They've got good receivers. And kudos to Mike D'Antoni, coach of Michigan State. He comes right out and says, this is a slap at the SEC. He comes right out and says, if you don't win your conference championship, you should not be in the Final Four. And you know what?
Michigan State says
I
that
agree
now.
with them.
So
No.
we'll see.
I agree with them. If you don't win your conference, you should not be in the playoffs. You should not be in the Final Four.
Who's your
I'm
number
sorry.
one? Who's your number one?
Who's
before
my
we
number
go?
one team
Yep.
right now?
Who's your number one in your rankings right now?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's wow. Oklahoma, the Sooners, really?
Oklahoma looks good.
Okay.
They covered this week against West Virginia. They've looked strong every single week. Right now, I think they're playing the best football of anybody in the country.
All right, Knocker. That's been fantastic.
Just saying.
All right. Well, Knocker, I like the college coverage. You gave us a good little wrap up there.
I love my college
I
football.
like
I'm
it.
all about college football.
All right, guys. Coming up next here is everyone's favorite segment. It's the Mexican Baseball Minute with our boy.
Ole, ole, ole.
That was
Back
weak.
in the hizzle.
Come on, Renee. That was weak. Come on, bring it.
Hold on.
Renee.
Ole, what's going
Own it, Renee. Own it.
Hey, yo, I'm bringing the baseball Mexican Minute for y'all today.
Yes, that's right. We've got playoffs right around the corner, Renee. Playoffs right around the corner here. Our boys, the Angels, are in. The
Now-
Dodgers can clinch tonight with Kershaw.
Is it me?
The Nats
or-
are in.
Does Justin Turner look like a coked out rest his piece?
Yeah, all right, I
Philip
got it.
Seymour Hoffman with the long hair and the red beard.
Yeah.
Does he not look like Philip Seymour Hoffman
does.
He
playing
does.
baseball?
He's the ginger, man.
Yeah, he
Had a
is,
big night
man.
last night with
Oh,
2
yeah,
home
he
runs
did. 2
and
knocks,
almost a
man.
brawl in the first
Yeah.
inning.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do this to some background music. Here we go.
Go ahead. Yeah, I like it. Okay.
So a couple notes in baseball this week. The Arizona Diamondbacks, they've offered Dave Stewart, Matt Kemp's agent, to the GM position over there because they just fired their GM because obviously the Arizona Diamondbacks are tanking this year. Kudos to the Pirates. They clinched the playoff
Yeah,
berth for the
love it.
second year.
Pirates.
I love
That's
it.
who my shot of the week is going to.
Okay.
And
I love it.
Also, the Atlanta Braves fired their GM, Frank Wren. The Atlanta Braves have been
Done.
shit in the bed. The Upton
Shit in
brothers
the bed.
absolutely suck this year.
Yeah.
They're a really, really bad trade. The Orioles, they've clinched the second playoff berth.
The Orioles?
Yeah. Last 2 years, the Orioles.
Speaking of the playoffs, I have a quick wrap-up of
Give it
who's
to me.
making it. So in the American League East, the division series, it's the Baltimore Orioles versus the Detroit Tigers.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I
In the
like that
West-
series. I'm going to take the Tigers in that one.
In the West, the Angels are on. They're in, actually, and it determines the A's or the Kansas City Royals. Who do you
Okay.
guys got?
Taking the Angels, obviously, with my Halos.
I want
Okay.
the Royals in. I want the Royals in.
Hey, we're taking our Halos, though.
So like Bud said earlier, the Nats are already in
Okay.
the playoffs. So Pirates and Giants, determining
can
on the
play-
wild card, that's who they play.
I'm
Who do you
taking
guys get?
Nationals in either one who they play.
Yeah, I
Whether
take the
it's
Pirates.
Pirates or
'cause
not.
fuck the Giants.
I'm taking the home team. You know what? I think now tell me if I'm wrong, Renee. I think Pittsburgh has a better chance of winning that one-game playoff in San Francisco than San Francisco does winning it in Pittsburgh.
I believe so. Yeah, I think San Francisco is on a.
And how about them
tailspin,
Dodgers,
man.
Renee?
Yeah,
I
they're
agree.
playing the St. Louis Cardinals in the first round of the playoffs, starting October 3rd.
Kershaw
That's
playing
on Fox
tonight.
Sports 1.
Yep, you can clinch tonight against the Giants if Kershaw can get it
Yep.
done. So
For sure.
Thank you for that Mexican.
Hey, what
Baseball
year? What year
minute.
was Clayton Kershaw born?
I don't know.
1988.
1988, the
He was
last
born
year.
4 years after
The
me.
last year, the year of Kirk Gibson's home run, baby.
yeah.
Talk about karma.
Okay, I
That's
like it.
right, baby.
All right, for the Mexican Minute. All right, guys, we're going to take a
That's
quick break.
becoming one of my favorite segments.
I know. I was
I
just,
really like
I
it.
was dancing like I was like doing the
I really
salsa
enjoyed
in
that.
my
You like
that?
chair. Yeah, like me and Johnny looking at each other, like this is fun.
Yeah.
I almost
Like
wanted to
I
play
was
it.
just like getting down.
I almost
I
wanted to
liked
play
it.
this one.
Oh God. Two guys in a mic. I like it.
Oh yeah.
I love those guys too. I miss those two.
Yeah,
All right,
those are good
guys, we're going to go to break here. When we get back, we're covering Week 4 in the NFL. We're getting down and dirty here in the Icebox Studios. If you guys got fancy questions, call the show 818-435-8423 or tweet us at sportscast_THN. Johnny Icebox, he's going to give you his winners because me and Knocker sure as hell can.
Follow the box, man.
Follow the box. I
all I
always
gotta
do.
say.
I love eating out of the box. We'll be back after this.
could be the greatest, you can be the best. You can be the King Kong banging on your chest.
You could beat the world, you could beat the war. You can talk to God, go banging on his door.
You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks.
You could be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you go find yourself.
Standing in the Hall of Fame, and the world's gonna know your name.
Welcome back to the Icebox Studios. Coming to you live every Wednesday right here, 6 to 8 p.m. Make sure you guys check us out on iTunes. As Johnny's getting his juggling game going on over there. He's feeling like Roy McIlroy with his juggling Hall of Fame song. But make sure you guys check us out on iTunes. Subscribe to the show. Tell a friend. Also on Stitcher, iHeartRadio as well. Podcast One, where you're getting found a lot. So check us out there, guys. Tell a friend, spread the word. We're loving all the new chime-ins, all the new emails, tweets. We love it, guys. We've been blowing up. We really appreciate it, and we want to thank all you guys for really just supporting the show as usual. And become a VIP, guys, because again, Knocker 4-0 for the VIPs this weekend. If you followed us, you get on our private emailing list, which will email all of our biggest picks for each week. I'll do NFL. Knocker does college. I took a week off last week. Had to get my head straight. Had to have some sex on my 7-year anniversary. And I came back, and what I do, Knocker? Killed it Monday night.
Oh, Monday night.
Monday night just destroyed it. Bears destroyed it Monday night in the over at the Bears. So, fantastic.
That's my boy Cutler, right?
That's your boy Cutler.
That's my boy Cutler.
Looking
You
good.
can't
Did
always
Geno
depend.
Smith just look like absolute crap?
Dude, there's problems there. And what's going on? I mean, you
Mike Vick, man, get him in there.
You pick Michael Vick up, and then you let Geno Smith just look like crap
Yeah.
on national TV.
You got to roll through.
I don't
you got to roll
understand.
through your
I do
draft.
not
But
understand what's
let's
going
get to
on with
Shot
that
of the
team
Week award, though.
at all.
Brought to you by PWCI Construction. Check them out at pwconstructioninc.com, the official sponsor of Shot of the Week award and Shit of the Week award. Yes. This is where the segment of the show, guys, if you're new, we come in. You guys can chime in each week if you've got a shot, a cheers up, someone you want to just, give praise to that had a good week. Even if you want to give a shot, someone had passed away. Just you want to give a shot of beer or a shot of alcohol to. That's what we're doing it for this week. And if you want to shit on somebody, more than welcome. We love the shits. We love the shits. Knocker, I'm going to go to you. You got any shits, or what do you got this week?
This might take a minute, okay?
Okay.
Mr. Awesome chimes in. His shot of the week goes to his wife, Amy, for celebrating her birthday today.
Okay.
Happy birthday,
Okay,
Amy.
happy birthday,
That's
Amy.
a good one.
Big shout out.
Toker Samry comes in that just says, it works. I'm in. Not sure what that means.
ESPN, I think, is there having trouble. People are having trouble getting into the pick'ems. ESPN was
I don't know.
was messed up.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Now
you have any more?
Yeah, I do. I've got a shot of the week goes to Iggy Azalea.
Okay. Oh my God.
And
Did you see this
J-Lo.
video? No, I haven't. You haven't seen this
For
video?
the booty foot.
Well, you should
video.
probably take off your workout shorts you have on because you're gonna get a chub.
You're gonna sport a chub.
I'm not attracted to either of them.
You
don't have to be.
I know.
Yeah.
I get it. I didn't care for the Anaconda.
Okay, well, Knocker, they can
video.
find.
No.
I get
This
it.
is not that kind of thing. This is straight up
It's booty.
booty video.
It's called booty.
dancing.
Knocker, so
yeah, there's
so-
not a whole lot of
Okay,
face
okay,
video.
okay.
Dude, you need to watch this.
Knocker, check it out on the homepage at thenewsportsgrid.com under clips of the week.
Okay,
it
another
out.
shot of the week
Okay.
goes to.
Knocker literally almost fainted there.
That's
Okay.
viral Viagra. I can't even
That's
say
exactly
viral
what
Viagra.
it is, man.
There it is.
This thing is amazing, absolutely. And how Jennifer Lopez, after having kids and at her age, can look like that and be that tight. Wow, kudos to you, girl. Don't know what you're doing, but it's working.
Okay.
Okay, my next shot of the week goes to Peppy Pants for kicking my ass in fantasy football, giving me my first loss.
All
I
right.
owe her a bottle of Kettle One.
Wow, she kicked your ass this weekend?
Yeah, oh my God, I don't even know what the score was, but I think she
Wow.
doubled up
You
on
are
me. It
one
was terrible.
pathetic
You
loser.
lost to a girl.
Yeah, I did.
You
That's
lost
okay.
to a girl, and you didn't even have your Texans defense anymore.
No, I did.
Hey, you know what? Last year you went 1-0 at the beginning of the season, lost every game. This year you went 2-0, and you're going to lose every
and lose
season.
the rest of the games. But, you know,
That's the way it
Joe
goes.
Pacheco chimes in shit of the week. That his goes to the Brazilian men's national soccer team for their performance against Germany. Let it go, Joe.
Okay.
Let it go.
No, that's why we have this shit.
And I have a shit of the week.
Okay.
I am so upset about this that this just words cannot describe how upset I am. The President of the United States disembarks from his plane today with a freaking cup of coffee in his hand, a styrofoam cup of coffee in
I
his
saw
right
that
hand.
video.
There are Marines that he's asking to die for this country standing at the bottom of this ramp. And this...
Careful with your words.
He's our president. But this guy is so unaware at this moment. Okay, first of all, you do not disembark from the presidential plane with a styrofoam cup of coffee in your hand.
Yeah, as Johnny would say.
Okay? You don't do that.
Stinks.
Yeah.
Number two, at the bottom of that stairway, you have Marines that are there to protect you and give up and take a bullet for you, and you raise your coffee cup and give them a half-ass salute. That is the most disrespectful thing I have seen a president do to a man in uniform in my lifetime. And you just cannot do that. The press cannot let him get away with this. He needs to publicly apologize to these two Marines and to every man and woman who has worn a uniform past, present, and in the future. That is our commander-in-chief.
But
you do not do that.
But
that's my shit of the week.
All right.
let me just ask you, what if he had 102-degree temperature going and that coffee cup was actually hot tea with lemon and he was feeling horrendous
care.
Oh,
and he's getting off.
Well, let me ask you this, Johnny.
He knows he has to do it.
That's right. Let me ask you this.
I'm just saying, you don't
Let
know
me
the
ask you
circumstances.
this. No. If
You
that
don't know the
Marine has 102 temperature, does he get to take the day off?
Knocker, we got to move on. Knocker,
All
we've
right,
got to move
Does
on.
he? Is he still expected to take that bullet for the president?
Knocker, take
Goddamn right he is.
I don't know if I
Knocker,
want
Knocker,
that.
Show him respect.
Real quick, can we have Knocker?
I'm sorry. This
It's okay.
this
Can you
really got
can you
to
pick
me.
up your drink right now?
Yeah.
Just take
No,
a
you
just
guys
take a
gotta
sip.
go.
No, but no, not your shot.
Oh, this
Take-
one?
Yeah, just take a couple drinks, man.
Yeah, take a
Just
drink.
take a couple
All right,
drinks.
Renee.
Renee, thank you. Renee, what
Got
do you
me
got?
hot, bro.
It's
Got me
okay.
hot.
It's okay, Knocker.
That
I
was
like
awesome.
your passion. I like your passion. What do you got?
I got a couple shots of the week. My
Okay.
first shot of the week goes out to the Pittsburgh Pirates. I love the National League. I've always loved the National League. Yes,
Okay.
The Dodgers
share
are my
that.
team, but I mean they've this is the second year that
All right.
they've went to the playoffs. They've been shitty for years and years and years. So
Cheers
Good
up
to
to the
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Yep.
who's the only city to have the same colors for all their professional sports teams? Have all the same.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Do you know why that is?
That's just no imagination.
Yeah, I did know what it was. I can't think of it right now.
Because of the
But I
song.
did know.
Black and yellow, black and
From what,
Yeah.
from what
Because
I
of
hear,
wisdom.
from what I understood, it was like I guess William Pitt, the guy that discovered, that founded
Yeah,
Pittsburgh.
his crest.
His
was
crest was black and yellow.
Awesome.
So
Do you
it
guys
has
want to
on
go
all the-
blow each other in the closet after
No,
this
but
with
I'm
black
saying-
and yellow?
Seriously.
What-
Good.
Seriously.
Thank you for bringing that.
Crack
to
is
us.
yellow.
Thank you,
Crack is
Renee.
yellow. You're welcome.
Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
More
Renee.
you
All
know.
right,
My
Renee.
other shot of the week goes out to Mike Tyson. Did you guys hear about this?
Yes, awesome.
No, I
Going off on a
didn't.
reporter.
This is awesome.
No.
Dude, I have the video.
Okay,
I want to
play
just
it
play
for
it
me.
for a
Yeah,
minute.
go
You
ahead.
probably know that Mike Tyson, the former heavyweight champion, is in town, and he met up with Mayor Rob Ford. Well, he joins us right now with his promoter, Alex. Thanks for joining us, both of you. Big hit. Now, some of your critics would say, there's a race for mayor. We know you're a convicted rapist. This could hurt his campaign. How would you respond to that?
Oh.
Hey, I don't know who said that. You're the only one I heard say that. You know what I mean? And I don't have no comment to that, because it's negative, and you're being negative. And I met the mayor,
Right.
and nothing they can do about it. So interesting, because you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit.
Hey,
wow.
Oh, wow.
No, that was a piece of you. That was a piece of shit.
we're doing live TV.
And I don't care. What are you going to do about it?
All right, you got
That's
a
right.
show
What are you
you're
gonna
doing tonight. We are. A lot of people.
We are. Where it
gonna be
comes
there.
raw and it's the real truth.
Yeah, a lot of
It's
people
the
are going to
truth.
be there to see your show. Just tell us a bit about it.
It speaks for itself. Everyone saw the show.
Is it nerve-wracking for you to do something like this, or is it more nervous for you to box? How does it compare?
I don't know. It's more nerve-wracking for me to hear us talking to a rat piece of shit. No, because you're a piece of shit.
All right.
I love that.
We're gonna wrap up this interview.
We're gonna wrap up this interview.
So my shit of the week goes to that reporter
All
because he's
right.
a dick, man.
I
He's
like
bringing
it.
up-
He's
bringing up a
definitely
rape
digging.
charge
Yeah.
that happened over fucking 15, 20 years ago.
But hey,
whatever, dude. I mean, that
Different
shit's in the past. He's done his
circumstances
he's
back
paid his dues. He's done a lot of good charity work. Mike Tyson's a really good
Yeah, I'm
guy,
gonna give
man.
this up for Mike Tyson.
No.
What Mike Tyson is cooking,
Now, hey,
bitches.
did
All
you
right,
guys?
so
did you
there's
guys
hope
hear,
for you, Ray.
Did you guys hear this, Renee? I thought you were going to bring this up.
What? No, I didn't.
No.
We got to get moving here. We got
Okay,
this
this is gonna be real quick.
Knocker's
though.
going on his political movements right now.
Accident on the 15 freeway in Las Vegas, right? People hurt, man down, right? Injured, blah, blah, blah. Dude gets out of his car, starts waving traffic around, calls 911, man down, man hurt, blah, blah, blah. Frickin' Mike Tyson. Stops his car, gets out of his car, waves traffic around the accident so other people don't get hurt, and then just disappears into the night like a superhero.
I just can't imagine that guy.
Seriously.
Yeah. No, that guy who had that long night in Vegas, and he's just driving home the next morning.
And
Is that
there's
Mike
Tyson.
Tyson?
Yeah, there's Tyson.
Fuck, man, this is the Hangover.
That's a true story,
It's
though.
like, bro, Tyson on the side.
That
All
did
right.
happen. My problem.
Okay, no problem. Johnny, what do you got? Shot of the week.
My shot of the week, I got my buddy Alan is getting a shot.
Let me know if Lawrence comes on, too.
Alan
We actually have
hooked
a
me
call
up.
right now.
He runs a sports shop, and he hooked me up with all the Steelers gear. I got this
Awesome.
new shirt on here.
Okay.
Attaboy.
Yep.
Do you wear Steelers gear every day?
No, just on the show.
Okay.
And then I got to give my shot to Mr. James Harrison.
Absolutely.
Yes, big time.
Who
Yep.
is I was here giving this shot 3
For
weeks
his
ago
retirement.
for his retirement, and now he's back, and it's absolutely amazing.
I think it's
so
great.
It's going to him.
I hope he does well. I think it's
And
great.
my shit of the week, real quick, is going to you assholes because every time the Steelers are losing, you guys are so quick to make a fucking comment. All right? But I didn't get one. I didn't get one tweet, not one text,
Not one congratulations.
not one
nothing,
anything
right?
during that entire game.
I'll own that. You're
Yeah.
right.
So,
I'll own that.
a
You're
big-
right.
Yeah, so you guys
Big
get my
one?
shit of the week award.
All
assholes.
right.
You're right.
We get your shit of the week.
I'm
I
gonna
like
own
it.
that. I'm gonna own that.
All
That's
right,
the truth.
I've got a few of them here. Shot of the Week award brought to
Well,
you
hurry
by
up, man.
PWCI Construction Shop. I'm not going on political views here.
Hurry up.
All right, next year, though, the news reporter, if you guys didn't see this video, they quit on air after she said basically,
God
fuck
love
it,
her.
I quit. She's the owner of a cannabis club up
God
in
love her.
Canada or in Alaska. Fantastic. You check out the video at thenewsportsguru.com. My big shout for her because, smoke weed every day, right? Brian Hartline, next up here, celebration, just because I love golf. He went to the putt. I've never seen this before. Did you see this at the Dolphins? If you could throw up the video here for me,
yeah,
Renee.
Hartline?
Brian Hartline of the
Yeah.
Dolphins does the putting TD celebration here and lined up with his fellow companions. I got to give him a shout out for that. It's very unique.
Yes, it is.
Right, Johnny? Have you ever seen that before?
That is.
I like that out of
is.
Brian Hartline. So next up here.
Oh shit! I got Ryder Cup too.
ahead.
That's what I wanted to.
Throw it in. Go
give my
ahead.
shot. I just want. Ryder Cup starts this week
Love
on
it.
Friday.
And I love all
And
the
I'm
guys
really
putting
looking forward to
USA
it.
into their head, shaving it
Yeah,
in there.
yeah,
I
Ricky
really
Fowler,
Ricky
with
Fowler.
his
Love
shaved
it.
head.
It's
So
really
that- I
stepped
just
up in
wanted to add that
intensity
there,
the
too.
last 5 years or
And
so,
hell.
Oh
hasn't
my
it?
God!
Yeah, it
yeah,
has.
yeah.
So again, next up here, last two, Marky Mark. If you guys checked out this video, he's in the booth over the weekend with Robert Kraft, owner of the Patriots, and they score a touchdown, and Marky Mark's like, "Yeah, I'm clapping." Robert Kraft goes over to give him a high five. Marky Mark's like, "I'm not paying attention to you, billionaire. I'm doing my own thing." He taps him on the shoulder, and Marky Mark's just like,
"Yo,
"Not
bro.
give a fuck.
I don't give a
fuck." That's right.
I'm drinking your booze, eating your food. I don't give a
Sorry, Robert Kraft. So I give a shout out for Marky Mark saying "fuck you" to a billionaire.
That's awesome.
Last up here, I'm a very happily married man, but if I wasn't married, this is who I'd want as my next wife.
Oh.
The Falcons fan that grabbed her boyfriend's crotch
Yeah,
after a first down.
baby.
Right here. Check out the video at thenewsportsguru.com right here live on Ustream.
Oh my God, this is fantastic.
Yeah, the Falcons fan grabbing the crotch. You have it there, Renee.
Come on, Renee.
And he gives him 2 grabs here. Yeah, there it is. She's fantastic. I'm
Check
taking her
this
home
out.
to mama, right?
She
First
just-
down,
He
yeah.
just goes ball check on him,
Yeah.
man. That's just fucking awesome.
That deserves a everyone silent, please.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well played, John.
Well played.
That was
Just,
well played right there.
So Falcons fan, hey, give me a call sometime.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Shot of the Week award brought to you by PWCI. Here we go. Shots up, everybody. Give me the song. Here we go. Playing for the cinnamon. Yeah.
Now, seriously.
You added so much to that segment with that song.
Do you know? I mean, come on, really, fans out there. Is there any other show that is doing shots on the air in the middle of
Is
their
Scott
show?
Van Pelt doing this with his bald head? I don't think he's
Seriously.
taking shots.
Is
All
Tony
right, Lawrence.
Kornheiser dropping shots in the middle of his show? I don't think
We've
so.
got Lawrence Brooks on the line with us, our fantasy guru. Lawrence, what's going on, my man?
What's up, fellas? How you doing today?
We are just having a
We're
great
rolling,
time,
baby. We're rolling.
I mean,
right
how
now.
can we not, Lawrence? We're all at the top of the Sportscast Fantasy Football League, right? We're all in first place, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, it feels good to be at the top. It's real thin air up here because, I mean, it is a far way up. But
Yeah, it is.
I'm enjoying it.
It's good to be king.
I know we just got to our shot of the week, so did you have any shots or anything you want to get out there before we get to our pick'ems?
I'll give a shout out to Johnny because the Steelers got a big win.
Yeah,
that was huge.
baby. All right.
I never.
Thank you, Lawrence.
I didn't see it coming. But salute out to Johnny because he's probably the only one that thought his team could do it.
I appreciate that, Lawrence.
Really, he does. No one did. Johnny was the only one that believed in his Steelers this week. So again, guys, follow Lawrence at LB Said It on Twitter. At LB Said It on Twitter. Also, he puts out, again, his rapid recap. Just put it out at thenewsportsguru.com. It's one of our featured articles. Check it out. He breaks down every game, gives you his opinion. He's fantastic. He's going to put out his boom bust either tonight or tomorrow. As soon as it comes out, we'll tweet it out for you guys. He gets you ready every week for fantasy football. So if you got any questions, call us, 818-435-8423. Fellas, we're in week 4. Let's get it going here on Sportscast. Oh my God, John.
Did that hurt?
You and Johnny literally had your big O's right now coming into this segment.
Like the girl on that thing.
This is so lightheaded. Wow.
That was funny.
Wow. Boys, you all right?
It's all about football, baby.
Lost all the air in my body for a second.
Woo! He's an inch shorter than he was when the show started.
All right, fellas, here we go. Week 4 in the NFL. We've had a few teams make a little comeback. A couple teams have been quite a bit of surprise, like the Steelers last week against the Panthers. How about my boys?
I wasn't surprised.
Going up against the Rams 21-0, and they come back. Kind of like it. All right, fellas, here we go. Again, send us any questions at sportscast_THN. Thursday night football. Tomorrow night, here we go. An NFC East rival.
Giants versus Redskins.
Thank you, Renee. Here we go, Lawrence. Giants versus Redskins, man. Giants came out big home win last week against the Texans. Redskins with Cousins looked pretty damn good on offense against the Eagles, but the Eagles ended up outscoring them in the end. Both these teams looking to get a win here in week 4. Giants versus Redskins, Knocker. I'm going to throw it to you first. I'm going to take every pick Johnny takes this week, so go ahead.
Good call.
Good call.
Riding the Johnny train.
I'm riding that Johnny train this season. Knocker, what do you got, man? Giants, Redskins.
You know, I have no idea what to think of the New York Giants. I just don't know. I have no idea what the hell's going on over there. I really don't. You know, is this the real Eli and the other stuff was just, you know, team defense?
Can you really
wins
take them on the road
and
here?
a lucky play to win a Super Bowl?
Redskins
or is he a
at
damn
home
good
is
quarterback?
tough. Washington's always tough at home. That defense looks maybe like it could be a legit defense here for the Redskins.
Well, I like Kirk Cousins. I loved him at Michigan State. I think he's a perfect fit for the offense that Jay Gruden wants to run. I'm going to go with the Skins in this one.
Skins at home here. Can you give me a score?
20-13.
2013. I like it. Johnny Box, what do you got, buddy?
Johnny just hit his teeth.
Lawrence,
with
if
the
you were
microphone.
here, Johnny just swung his mic into his face.
Into his teeth.
Wow, Johnny.
I've done that
Tell
before.
him
I
back
feel your
away.
pain,
Back
dude.
away from the mic, Johnny.
Johnny.
You'll hear that back.
You got to open your mouth for insertion, Johnny.
All right, here we go. I'm taking the Redskins at home. Kirk Cousins looks like he's giving the Skins definitely. I think, is that what we're calling them now? The Skins?
Yeah,
We just dropped the red off of there?
Yeah.
I think he's giving the Skins kind of a lift up from RG3. I think he's looking good. I think they're at home.
I agree with you. Yep.
The defense, I think, is going to be good. So I'm taking the Skins in this.
But you're right, Johnny. With him playing, there's no distraction. There's no press doing all this other crap. It's just they're playing football.
They're playing football.
Right.
Yeah, I agree here. Real quick, check out Twitter. Toker Sammy put in a picture here of the president doing that with the salute.
And I think they both suck.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm not a W fan. I think W was the worst president in the history of the United States.
Yep.
And for him to hold a fucking dog and salute the troops, just no business. I just cannot condone that kind of action from the president of the
So
United
what's
States.
worse, holding a dog or holding a cup of coffee?
I think they're both horrible.
Yep.
I don't think there's a
agree here.
difference.
All right, next up, again, we're going to come in. I'm going to go with the Skins at home. I think Kirk Cousins gives his team the best option to win here. Redskins are always tough. Giants, you played a Texans team that really shouldn't have won their first 2 games here. They're a little overrated coming into this game.
Certainly
I
are.
was fooled by it. I think the Redskins win this at home here. I think they put up some points because the Giants' defense is not very good. I like it 31-23 Redskins in this game. Lawrence, what do you got here?
Yeah, I think I got the home team, and for no particular reason, because I can make a case for either team winning, but I think I'm going to go with the Redskins. I'm going to go with it 30-24, actually. I think that they're going to ride that home wave. I think Kirk Cousins can make some plays, but don't be shocked if that Giants offense looks good, because D'Angelo Hall's gone out, and that just pretty much took the bottom out of their secondary. Now they have no one to defend anyone for the other team, which is what you're seeing with the Eagles, while they constantly kept going to Jeremy Maclin because they had no answer. So look for Eli and the company to continue to evolve in that offense. They progressively looked better each week. So I think that they'll look even better even though that's a pretty high-scoring game for a Thursday night game. But then again, the Falcons ran up the score on Tampa Bay. So who knows?
Well, here, talking about the New York Giants offense here, this guy's been frustrating fantasy owners until this week where he actually showed up. I'm going to ask you this question here, Lawrence. Is Victor Cruz
DTM more destiny?
He did the salsa last week. Is this a guy that you can confidently start? I know we got 6 teams on bye this week. Is this a guy that you feel good going into this game here as your number 2 receiver?
I think you definitely feel good for the fact that he doesn't have to face D'Angelo Hall, and like I said, I think that the bottom is taken out of their secondary. But with the bye weeks, I don't think he's completely terrible. I think you can still play him. Like I said, a lot of teams, unless you went with a no running back theory and just went all receivers to start your draft, I think you're kind of forced into starting him. And if he's going to start any game, this is one of the games I'd feel good having him in.
Okay, who's your
fantasy beast?
Who's your fantasy beast coming into this game? Washington versus the Giants.
I got Victor Cruz because I think they have no answer for him. I think Victor Cruz is a guy who can really turn it on this game because look what Jeremy Maclin did. D'Angelo Hall's gone for the season. I think if they go to him, they'll have a lot of success tomorrow night. All
right, guys, here we go. Who's your
fantasy zombie?
As we know, The Walking Dead's getting a premiere coming up. Is it this week, Johnny? The Walking Dead? Is it new season? I think the next couple weeks here. So
yeah,
who's your
2 weeks? I think.
Who's your fantasy zombie coming into this game?
My zombie coming in this game, I wouldn't say he's going to have a completely terrible game, but I don't think that Rashad Jennings is going to have one of his better games just because the Redskins' run defense is a little underrated. It doesn't get as much credit as it deserves. So I don't see him having a great game from that aspect, but I think just his sheer volume of opportunity, he's going to still give you something, but don't expect what he did last week or, a really big day. I think he just has a pedestrian-type outing.
Hey, Lawrence, go
ahead. No, go ahead.
Lawrence, one quick question because we are talking about the Redskins. In 20 words or less, real quick, the hit on Nick Foles. Clean, dirty,
good point.
Called for, uncalled
for. Throw it up again,
for.
Ray, if you got that.
Just give me 20 seconds on your opinion on
Nick
that
Foles hit.
I think you got to keep your head on a swivel. I mean, it's in the rule book that when you throw an interception, I mean, at that point, you're live bait. So, Nick Foles, keep your head on a swivel next time.
Yep,
nice.
I agree.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, Lawrence. Again, guys, he's going to put out his Boom Bust column. It'll be up tomorrow. Make sure you guys check it out. He gets you ready for each week with who he thinks is going to go boom bust in each game is Fantasy Zombie and Beast. So check it out at thenewsportsguru.com. All right, guys, a big NFC North game for both these teams. I don't know where to go here. Me and Johnny were talking about this game before here. Big game. Turn me up here, Renee. Here we go.
Packers versus Bears.
Packers versus Bears.
Oldest rivalry in the NFL.
Aaron Rodgers came out earlier this morning and said, hey, Packers fans, I've got 5 letters for you. RELAX. Relax. We're okay.
7 points in the game,
We're okay.
They only scored 7 points last week.
Is it Rodgers? He likes to put a little blame on his players. He's not afraid of bashing his own players from time to time. Maybe he's not taking much of the blame here. Aaron Rodgers seems a little bit different after that shoulder injury to me.
Yes.
Knocker, I'm going to throw it to you here. Packers 1-2, Bears 2-1. Bears looked good.
I picked the Bears to win the division.
Bears looked good on Monday.
And my boy Cutler, I'm a huge fan of Jay Cutler, right? He's always been my boy.
Right? Love me some Jay Cutler.
You know what though? If they protect him and they keep him upright, he is a very good quarterback. They've got very good weapons on the outside. I told you at the beginning of the year, I'm not drinking the Packer juice. They're living on reputation.
I know.
They don't have the
cheese
defense.
is getting old and moldy right now.
And Matthews is playing hurt again. Raji's not there. It's not the same team. Woodson's not there. This is not the same team that went to the Super Bowl or had that 3-year run. This is a team on the downslide, and the Bears, with their new coach, new attitude, I really like what's happening in Chicago right now. I'm going with the Bears.
Going with the Bears. All right, Johnny Icebox, we talked about this before the show, man. We are kind of on different sides
Bears.
here. What you got? Packers,
Stop
Bears.
Bears.
Both these teams, I mean, especially the Packers, desperate right now, 1-2.
You know, I actually completely agree with Bud. The Packers are on their way down.
Wait, can you say that once again for the show? I don't think we've ever heard that after 3 years on this show.
Here's the
No,
thing.
no, just say it again.
No,
Don't change it. Just say it again.
I'm not really. I guess I am agreeing with Bud.
Now he's
But
like,
it's only because I didn't get to say it first. But I'm gonna go the Bears in this one.
You going Bears at home?
Yeah, at home. Bears at home.
And guys, real quick, a big promo. I want to give a shout out to SportsTradeX.com, guys, is where we play our daily fantasy games.
Oh my God! You know what? Some guy J.E. something is just kicking my ass head to head.
He's going after you.
I don't know who this guy is.
He's going after you.
But I mean, this guy's just kicking my ass.
FanDuel, none of these other websites you guys play at don't have anything. Sports Trade X is where you go for daily and weekly fantasy games. You can compete against Knocker, at Bud Knocker, at Johnny Icebox on Twitter. He tweets it out.
You can do baseball, college
Real
football,
Josh
pro
Pacheco.
football.
Yep.
It's just the best thing ever.
SportsTradeX.com is where you can find this guy's promo code, SCNFL.
Hey, and where
30% bonus you guys get out on.
I don't mean to interrupt
No,
a
it's
second
fine.
here, but where are we going to be next Thursday?
Next Thursday, we have a special private event.
We do.
At Islands Restaurant.
We've
We're doing
been
a
invited.
We have a food and drink testing at Islands Restaurant in West Covina. This could be really big for us because we could do a live show here after this. A big promo for us. So we love all the support. If you guys want to tweet Islands on Twitter, we love it.
Tweet them, man. Let them know that you know that we're going to be there and that you're our fans and blah blah blah.
We're bringing our wives. Renee's going to be in the hizzle. Sean's going to be in the hizzle.
Very nice of
as
Islands.
well.
They've invited us to taste their new appetizers, their new food, their new beers, and watch the game. And they're going to take care of us.
We're kind of classy then.
Exactly.
I feel classy
Somebody
for the first time in 3 years. All right, I'm going to go.
What time is that at?
Yeah, what time is that? Lawrence,
5
if you can make it 5 o'clock on Thursday, man.
Can you be there, Lawrence?
Lawrence, if you can make it, man, come down.
I'm gonna try to make it. You know, I'm stuck in Culver City with traffic, so.
Hey, Lawrence.
Hey, no matter what time you show up,
Lawrence,
it's a
Lawrence,
it's
I
a
will
3-hour
come pick
gig.
you up. Yeah, I'll come pick you up, bro. I'll talk to you offline off the
It's
phone.
not,
here.
it's not a party till I walk in.
Yeah.
Well, you know. You know. It ain't a party till LB says so.
That's right. All right, here. I'm going to go. This is really tough for me. Packers, Bears here.
You're a Packer fan. You love that juice.
And
You
I think the Packers
you're not ready
are
to
so
let it
desperate.
go.
I'm going with the upset. I'm going Packers over Bears here on the road. I'm going to pull the upset. I need to get back in this. I'm 4 picks back. I'm going Packers on the road. Lawrence, what do you got?
You know, this is the NFL, and anytime it's looked like it's supposed to go one way, it goes the other.
Yeah.
The Bears have got away with 2 gutsy wins. Not to take anything away from them, but it's not very hard to get a win over Geno, and then on top of the fact you lose all your cornerbacks. So I think the Packers go in there. I think this is the remedy to get their offense going, a defense that's decimated by injuries in the secondary, get a chance to get their running game going against a front that's not that imposing. I think the Packers go in there and get a win. And it seems like every time Aaron Rodgers kind of gets this arrogant attitude, like everything's going to be okay, they somehow pull out a win. It almost reminds me of when we had the lockout, and everyone thought, oh, how are they going to come in and do this and do that? And they came in and they beat the brakes off of somebody, and he just stepped to the podium like, yeah, now what? You guys talked all about the lockout and what we weren't going to be able to do, and we just hung 30-plus on these guys.
Okay, you're not invited anymore.
I think he's in that mode. I think he's in that mode where he's ready to prove that things are going to be okay. So I don't want to bet against him this game because there was no way that Houston was supposed to lose to the Giants, right?
Yep.
Well, it's going to happen to these guys.
Hey,
Well, this is going to be a great game.
And LB
like
said
that.
it. I'm going to give you we're going with the Packers. You two going with the Bears.
This
could
is gonna be a great game.
Split game
Yeah.
here as far as pick'ems go. All right, real quick, Lawrence, who you guys, your boom bust here?
Fantasy Beast.
Who's your fancy beast coming to this one?
Fantasy beast in this game is going to be Jay Cutler.
Ooh!
I think.
That's my boy.
I think Jay Cutler at home. He's got something to prove, and I think he's just been in a good groove this season. So I think he's going to have his way with those cornerbacks because there's just too many weapons for him over there.
Jay Cutler, as we know, 6 teams on bye this week. Who's your Walking Dead
fantasy zombie?
Who is it?
This is another one of those games where I feel like it's going to be a lot of fireworks, so it's hard to say somebody's going to be a zombie. But if I have to go with someone who's not going to be as outstanding as maybe others, I would have to say Eddie Lacy.
Yeah,
I got to see that running game get going before I believe it. So I think with their offensive line problems and the fact that Lacy hasn't been able to really find a groove, I think he's still a guy who doesn't quite get going this week.
I agree with you, man.
I like that.
He has been Eddie Lacy has been one of the most frustrating players this year in fantasy football. It makes you feel like
we got no food, we got no jobs, our pets' heads are falling off.
That's how I feel with Eddie Lacy right now.
What do you got?
Yeah, but I think Eddie Lacy, I think it's not so much as him personally. I just think the situation, like Aaron Rodgers hasn't been at his best. They've lost some offensive linemen. Their whole offense has just kind of been in a funk. So I don't think it's so much as just being Eddie Lacy. And I say this a lot with a lot of different guys. It's not that I don't like the guy. It's that I don't like his situation.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. And I think he falls in that category of a guy who's it's just not clicking for them right now. And he's one of the guys who's benefiting on the bad side.
I agree, but at the same time, I'm still an Eddie Lacy believer. If you guys can get him as a buy low, because a lot of fantasy owners are going to be frustrated, go ahead and pick him up. I think he has a big second half here. And all right, next up here, guys, we're going to fly through this game because this is going to be your oh my God, who doesn't give a crap game of the week.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
I'm sorry, Johnny.
Bills versus Texans.
Kind of messed up.
Bills versus.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. Game of the week. Thank you. Bills versus Texans. Renee, well played there, sir. All right, Buffalo.
About timing.
Buffalo.
Both of these teams are sitting at 2-1.
A fake 2-1,
A fake
Johnny.
2-1?
Now,
The Bills killing the Bears?
Johnny, you know how your wife fakes it every now and then? That's what the Bills are.
Houston is more of a fake 2-1 than Buffalo. What the hell happened,
I
dude?
agree.
Come on,
Houston
you let the Chargers come in.
Hey.
But the Chargers, I think, are a very good football team.
Let's go run
so I don't
through
have
this.
a problem with that.
Texans,
I'm going to go with the Bills.
All right, you're going Bills on the road here. Bills on the road against the Texans.
It's on the road?
Texans. Yeah, you got your Texans D
Okay,
that
I got
you
screwed
dropped.
up. I'm going to go Texans then.
And you
I'm
dropped,
gonna
you
go
dropped
with the
your
homie.
Texans D, just so you
Yes,
know.
I did, but I'm going with the Homes on this.
All right, Johnny.
I'm taking the Texans, but I hope the Bills win.
You can't
Back that ass up.
Whatever.
do that.
I said I'm taking the Texans.
I'm gonna go with Texans at home. I just think I've got to go with the home team here. Both teams really seem even to me. Both quarterbacks seem even. Texans defense seems a little bit better. I think they maybe get a touchdown here on a turnover.
Fly through it.
Texans at home. Lawrence, what do you got?
Yeah, I got the Texans at home. The defense usually cranks it up a notch at home, even though I'm not sure if cranking it up a notch for those guys is going to mean anything, especially without Jadeveon Clowney.
Yep.
But I think they get a good home win. I'm not sure the Bills have been truly tested on the road, and I'm not exactly the biggest E.J. Manuel supporter on the road either. So I think the Texans get this one.
All right, real quick, who's your
fantasy beast?
Is there a beast in this one?
Fantasy beats, I would say Bills backfield. If you got Fred Jackson or C.J. Spiller and you need to play someone because of the bye weeks, play either one of those guys with confidence. You see what Rashad Jennings did last week. Well, now we're on to the next week, and the Bills run the ball a lot.
Yep.
Hey, guys, make sure you guys follow Lawrence at LB Said It on Twitter, man. This guy knows his stuff. Here
baby.
we go.
Fantasy zombie.
Who's walking zombie this week?
Fantasy zombie in this game, I'd probably have to say Sammy Watkins. I think that he has a decent game, but if you're playing him, obviously you got bye weeks and you need to play him. But I don't know if he goes crazy, but he'll be okay.
Yeah, I agree. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a low-scoring affair here in this game. It's gonna be like a 23-20 kind of game here. All right, next up here.
Yep.
We got Proto chiming in, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
I traded Lacy for Murray from your Cowboys. Lacy is definitely a DTM.
Wait, he traded Lacy for Murray?
Yeah.
He won in that trade there. Would you agree, Lawrence?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did big time.
Yes, he should have said that with a lot of exclamation points on
Lacy
that.
is a DTM to him.
Lacy's a DTM too? Okay, I'll play that for him. Hang on.
DTM more destiny.
Lacy is DTM.
Put him out.
Take your shot.
Did he pay for that trade, or did the guy just not know what he was doing?
Yeah, really.
I don't even get how he get that.
No,
I don't know.
How the guy gave him that.
All I know is he just said traded him.
Knowing Proto, he probably got him drunk and hammered before he got on. All right, next up here. This could be a really interesting game here. AFC South. Here we go.
Titans versus Colts.
Interesting here. Jake Locker probably not going to play in this game, suffering from injury. Titans on the road.
Again.
Are the Titans, like, after week 1, you're like, oh, man, the Titans, they look kind of good.
Yeah, I thought
Offense
they had
working,
something going. I
defense
thought they had
maybe.
something going. New coach.
Lose the last
whole
2
deal.
games here. Colts, I mean, anyone that plays the Jags is going to put that kind of points, right? But Colts at home here are usually pretty good inside the dome. Titans traveling are a good road team. I'm going to go Colts here by about 10 or 14 points. Colts at home.
Colts.
All right. Lawrence Brooks, what do you got? Colts, Titans.
Yeah, I got Colts. The Titans are eroding. Free Mittenberger.
Yeah, I like
Wow.
it. Free Mittenberger. All right, who's your
Fantasy Beast.
I'm going to ask you real quick, Lawrence. I know we're on a bye week. Reggie Wayne, T.Y. Hilton. Are they even a number 2 receiver at this point?
No, they're probably number 3s, and that's probably a low-end number 3. I
Okay.
mean, for Andrew Luck to be thrown as much as he is, he just doesn't have a standout receiver.
I agree.
Which is weird. But I think that Phillip Rivers is kind of in the same boat, except I think at the end of the season he's going to be throwing 500 passes to his running backs. That's another story. But yeah, I think both of those guys are like low end number 3s right now until they prove otherwise.
With the bye week, we know we got 6 teams on the bye week here. I mean, Reggie Wayne, T.Y. Hilton. It's almost, if you have them, you have to play them this week, correct?
That's correct. I actually think that Reggie Wayne is in the way of Hakeem Nicks. I think if one of those guys go down, Hakeem Nicks is going to blow up because they look for him in the red zone and on the goal line a lot, and that's where he specializes. And I think he's that big body type of receiver that they just don't really have. I mean, Reggie Wayne is a precise route runner, and T.Y. Hilton is kind of their explosive downfield guy, and Hakeem Nicks is the in-between guy, but right now they just can't find enough looks for him because they got Dwayne Allen and Kobe Flynn, so it is what it is.
All right. I think I'm going to probably guess who you're.
Fantasy Beast.
I mean, Andrew Luck at home, right?
Andrew Luck. Keep him rolling. Number 1 quarterback in fantasy right now.
Johnny likes that. He's doing a little pump action on his pants. I don't know what that motion's called.
I got Andrew.
Oh, I have to ask, why are you holding a putter?
Oh, that's my pimp stick right there. You know what I mean?
And as we all know, as we all know, pimping ain't easy.
Don't ask me again, or you're gonna get the back of my hand.
Can I get to smoke weed every day for Johnny?
Sometimes gotta slap a hoe, right? Right?
Is that what the Ray Rice video sounded like?
All right, Lawrence, one more game before we go to break here. Panthers
versus Ravens.
Well, man, Panthers really just I
What
couldn't
an
believe
embarrassment.
Yeah, really, what an
Absolute embarrassment.
Last week against the Steelers really upset a lot of people. Ravens continue to keep just shrugging on here. And the Ravens at home, always tough. Panthers on the road. I don't know what to think of both these teams, so I'm going to go with the Ravens at home. I've got to go with the home team here. I just don't have any confidence right now in the Panthers. I know the defense is good, but Knocker, when it comes down to it, you got to play home team right here.
I'm going home team 13-9, 13-10.
Yeah, just some low-scoring, boring game
This
here,
is
right?
a boring-ass game.
What do you got, Johnny? Oh, wait, what was that? What? Ravens?
Baltimore.
Oh, I feel good. So I picked the same pick as you.
Yeah,
We're going to win.
There you go.
All right, like it. Lawrence here. Panthers, Ravens, what do you got?
Yeah, I got the Ravens strictly because Steve Smith is not going to have it any other way of playing against Carolina this Sunday.
Oh, there you go.
As you would see, we have a phone call, right, coming in? You said?
Yeah.
Okay, just real quick, I'll bring him on. Ravens, Steve Smith. In this game, guys, you're going to want to start him, but just a heads up, Lawrence.
Yeah.
He's either going to be really, really good or really, really bad and not put up any points, correct?
What's up? I'll be right on.
Who's on the phone? Who we got
I
on the
don't
phone?
have a program, but it's a 303 area code.
303. Who's on the line?
Shabby. Who else calls me?
Yeah, I'll put it in the computer so that way we know, man. We'll get it.
Chabby's is out there.
What's up, homie?
Yeah, I'm stoned.
Chabby's, what's going on?
What's up, homie?
Hold on a second.
Smoke weed every day.
Chabby's, what's going on, my man?
Talk to us.
Good. Okay.
Talk,
It was
man.
a hanging
It's a radio
process,
show.
so-
Talk.
What we got, Chabby's?
Turn
No, I just wanted to check in and say, how do you like that Broncos-Seattle game?
Awesome game. Awesome game.
Talk about Manning just
What the
can't.
Super Bowl should have been.
Manning just can't get him done. He can't finish like Knocker in the sack, dude.
He didn't have a chance to finish.
Yeah, well, well, actually, we're gonna discuss that overtime rule here when we get to that game. But you're right, Manning. I mean, but what Manning did with 40 seconds, 80 yards, no
47.
timeouts, unbelievable. Yeah, it was
47 seconds.
It was 52 seconds.
52.
but I'm
Okay.
not-
Sorry.
All right.
Thank you, Chaps. I'm surprised you remember that.
I am too. Okay, I'm gonna go. I gotta get with my son later.
Love you, man.
He just.
Marijuana fixed the memory.
I really thought it was his phone. I so thought it was his phone. Renee, that was so well played, bro. That was so well played. All right, real quick. I know we got Panthers, Ravens. Lawrence, you got Ravens or Panthers in this one?
That was the best phone call.
Yeah, I got the Ravens. I think the Ravens pull this off at home. I got to see the Panthers bounce back. They have no running backs. The running game's not going to look that good. And Kelvin Benjamin's going to have his hands full with Jimmy Smith. So I don't see them getting this game.
Who is the Baltimore Ravens running back that you want to have right now and start?
I don't know if you want to start anybody, but you definitely might want to have either Bernard Pierce or Taliaferro just to see what happens, because we don't know what's going to happen before the week is up. But as long as you have one of those guys, you should be okay.
Okay, what about Joe Flacco? Is he worth starting this week with 6 quarterbacks on a bye?
Depending on what you're working with, I mean, I guess it can't get any worse. But I mean, I might rather start Teddy Bridgewater against the Falcons. I think he's going to have a decent day.
All right, little name game, real quick with you. Joe Flacco or EJ Manuel?
Ooh, Joe Flacco, because he's going to throw more passes. EJ Manuel, they're still run heavy.
All right, Joe Flacco or Geno Smith?
Joe Flacco. Geno Smith's going to catch hell with the Detroit Lions defense this week.
All right, and last year, little sexy pickup in here because the Jags are going to be throwing a lot. Blake Bortles or Joe Flacco?
I like that.
Blake Bortles. I think Blake Bortles has more weapons. I think in garbage time he's going to rack up the points. He's going to be the garbage time king this year.
I picked him up this week, man. I think they're going to be throwing a lot here. All right, real quick before we go to break, who's your
fantasy beast?
Who's your fantasy beast in this one?
Steve Smith, because he's probably not going to get any sleep all week waiting for this game. I think that he's going to be the fantasy beast of this game, if they're going to have one. But I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, but he'll be the guy.
Okay, who's your
fantasy zombie?
Who's the zombie in this one?
D'Angelo Williams. He's going to get all the carries, but that doesn't mean he's going to do anything with it. I think he's going to look just like Donald Brown did, about 30 carries for 60-something yards, which comes out to about 2 yards a carry. Nothing going on there.
All right, numbers. That's really. They just put out a nice article at the Big Lead. I'll put him out there right now about that class that got drafted that year.
Right.
Bus.
Really?
Complete
the whole
bus.
class,
The whole class. So,
awesome.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. Refill your drinks because we're going to refill ours. Big shout out to Fireman's Brew, the official beer sponsor of the Sportscast. Check out Fireman's Brew at fireman'sbrew.com.
Feel free to take a piss, too.
Yeah, Johnny has
Thank
to,
you,
obviously.
Johnny.
Thank you, Johnny, for that nice intro there. All right, guys, when we get back,
They'd
you guys
have held it if not for that.
we're going to be covering the afternoon games, Sunday Night Football and Monday Night Football. When we got back come back, and you got knocked the fuck out. It's coming back when we get back after this. Come back to break. Call the show, 818-435.
Give us a great call like Shabby's.
8423 Chabbies. Go smoke some more marijuana. Really, just go do it. Take us out, Renee.
I had a way then, losing it all on my own. I had a heart then, but the queen has been overthrown. And I'm not sleeping now, the dark is too hard to beat. And I'm not keeping now the strength I need to push me. You show the lights that stop me, turn to stone. You shine me when I'm alone. So
Good? Yeah. Welcome back to Sportscast. NFL Game Day show. As you guys check us out on iTunes.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the show.
Download it.
Download it. I don't care if you listen, just download.
For real.
I just care about the downloads. I don't care about the listening.
And then go on like all your other apps that you have, like the iHeartRadio,
right?
The Stitcher, the what else?
Podcast One.
Podcast One.
Tune in radio.
Tune in.
Yeah.
Go on there and subscribe. Come on,
Subscribe. Just search Sportscast. We appreciate it. Again, guys, call the show today, 818-435-8423. If you guys want one of my sexy T-shirts that I'm wearing, the Sportscast T-shirt,
Hell
you guys
yeah.
can buy them at the Sportscast store
Rock it.
at thenewsportscrew.com.
Hey, by the way, your sister wore that to a wing nuts?
Wing nuts.
Wing nuts?
Yeah.
Just got hit on.
I know, I
Just
bet.
all night
Because they
long.
show the tatas. They show
Just
the
got hit on,
tatas
man.
all
Just-
the way, dude.
She's like, wow, your
Yeah.
shirt is magic.
Yeah.
Did they have a poll there?
Excuse
It's
me?
my sister. It's my sister,
Sorry.
bro. Johnny!
Tell me where she's making her next appearance, and I'll be there.
Well, we didn't invite her to Islands because
Oh,
we
okay.
wanted you just to
Yeah.
be concentrated on the food
Hey.
and your wife.
No, it's funny.
I'd have been looking at some breasts.
I actually did
Chicken
invite
breast.
her.
Chicken breast.
Well, I invited her.
You
too.
did? Yeah, because I was like, but Johnny's going to be looking at your boobs all day. Like, it's not good. All right, guys.
Wow.
Bobby!
Mr.
Yeah.
Awesome chimes in. What's up with that Dumb and Dumber haircut, Guru?
Jesus, I didn't notice it, but yeah, fuck. Yeah, what's up with that, dude?
What are you talking about? I got a hat on. Fuck y'all, man.
There's evidence. It's already recorded.
Oh.
There's evidence.
You know,
And I like,
Screenshots later.
I like Proto, too.
I'll murder your family.
Proto does chime in. I got wireless headphones. I just made dinner, did dishes, and pissed all while listening.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's
Get on my
fucking
level.
awesome.
He's wirelessly
Get on my
listening to the
level.
I gotta get me
Sportscast.
some of them.
That's
Attaboy.
fantastic.
Great.
All right, guys. Here we go. We're going to get back into Week 4 picks here. Yeah, baby. Week 4, Johnny Icebox. Making a run at the title this year.
Do it. What matchup we got next, Guru?
Bring it, man. Let's go. Let's go.
Johnny,
Keep it moving.
like-
Keep it moving.
Johnny, I'm literally impressed with you this year, though. Going out the bang, right?
Listen, this is not the first year I've been like this. You say this to me every year. You say it to me every year.
You and Frank Kramer are like the same. When you guys pick games, it's just...
No, actually, he sucks real bad. He knows it. He's trying to catch up.
That's great.
That's awesome.
All
bro.
right, throw me on some background here as we get into our next week's... Oh, my God. Look at that knocker.
Finally, some good
Oh,
background
Knocker's got it
music.
chubs. Knocker's got it
I'm
chubs.
just going to get lost for a minute.
Lawrence, again, you guys should check out Lawrence at LB on Twitter, our fantasy guru. Here we go. Next up, turn me up loud here. Here we go.
Lions versus Jets.
Lions versus Jets. Interesting game here. Lions on the road. Don't play well outdoors. Jets at home. Coming off the short week off of Monday night here. Geno Smith doesn't look good. There's some rumblings about Michael Vick possibly coming in here. Lions won a big game last week against the Packers on the road. Knocker, I'm going to throw it to you first. What do you
This
got?
is the last time it will ever. If the Lions do not win this game, I will never, ever, 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 ever bet them on the road again.
Okay.
They flamed out in Carolina.
Wait. Never, ever?
Ever, never, ever.
Okay, just wanna
never,
make
ever,
sure.
ever,
Okay.
ever. They flamed out on the road in Carolina. I have no idea why this team cannot play outside of their home state. Just flabbergasted.
Okay.
The Jets, I think, are disarray. Ryan's got to go. This team is just headed downhill fast. The Lions just have to win this game. If they're going to be contenders for a Super Bowl or run deep in the playoffs, they have to win this game. I'm going to go with the Lions.
So you're going Lions after
Yeah.
all that? Okay. Lions?
I'm taking the Lions, and I think Geno Smith. I think you think you're really good, and you're not. I think
You are one pathetic loser.
kick that attitude. Sanchez would have never done that.
Oh,
Lions.
wow.
I like Mark Sanchez.
That was appropriate.
Sanchez with the Jets. All right, I'm going with the Lions on the road, fellas. I know the Jets are tough, but they just looked horrible last week. Their defensive secondary is shot. Lions are going to light them up. I think Calvin Johnson has a big game here. Lions on the road. I'm going to call a 27-17 win here by the Lions. Lawrence, what do you got?
Yeah, I think the Lions win. The Jets just don't have enough firepower.
I
They need
agree.
to get Geno a few more weapons. I think he's actually playing decent, but I mean, how good can he be with the weapons that he has? He's throwing to Jeremy Curley and Jason Morrow and just guys who would be third and fourth options on most teams. He's trying to make do with what he has. So I think that they definitely won't be able to get passes off too much with that front seven of the Detroit Lions, and they just have too many weapons. They won't be able to keep up offensively with the Lions.
Lawrence, I had a question on an email earlier this week. Who is the Jets running back that you want to have? Chris Johnson, Chris Avery, or Bilal Powell? Who is it that you want to start each week? Or is there somebody?
Out of which guys? Say that again.
For the Jets, for the running backs, Chris Johnson, Chris Ivory, Bilal Powell. Who is the running back that you want to start each week for the Jets? Do you feel comfortable starting anybody, especially on a bye week?
Oh, yeah, start Chris Ivory. Well, I mean, I don't think he has the best of matchups this week, but going forward, I don't think they can deny the fact that he's their most productive runner. He's their most effective runner, and that offense just has a different attitude with him in the game. It actually opens up things for Geno because you have to respect Chris Ivory. Chris Johnson's done. The CJ 2K thing has been played out for like 5 years.
It's just amazing.
And Bilal Powell was only there by a sheer matter of they had no one else to turn to. I think he's easily third on the depth chart. But if you want a guy who's going to have any value in that backfield, it's Chris Ivory. If you got Chris Johnson, try to take somebody out for a few drinks, get them all drunk, and trade them away.
Pull up the league, kind of trade here with Taco. That's what I'm
awesome.
saying. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
I agree. I think Chris Ivory, man, hey, if you look at his receptions per game, last week had 6 receptions and a PPR league, man, that's looking pretty good here.
That.
All right, who you got as your fantasy beast in this one?
Fantasy beast in this one's going to be Calvin Johnson. The Jets have no one to cover anybody in the secondary. You see how Alshon Jeffrey did. Yeah. Brandon Marshall just had a bad ankle, but, yeah, they're going to have problems trying to get to Calvin.
I agree. I think that the Lions pass all over. Who's your
fantasy zombie?
Hey, let me take a guess here real quick, Lawrence. I know that Lions have a very good run defense. Chris Ivory, I mean, could he be your fantasy zombie this week?
Geno.
Yeah, I don't think any of the running backs are going to have good days.
Yeah.
Ivory, Reggie Bush, or Joy Bell. I think both teams, they defend the run very well. And even though Muhammad Wilkerson had a knee contusion, they said he's still going to go. So that's bad news for the running game for the Lions. So I don't think any running backs are going to be much use in this game. But there's some people who you might have to force their hand and play them anyway, but don't expect much.
Streaming defense real quick, just about a minute here. I picked them up in a couple leagues just because I like to stream defenses each week. I don't like to keep a defense handy. Lions, I kind of like them as a streaming defense in this one. What do you think?
Yeah, I really like them as a streaming defense too, but I actually like them as a keeper. Last year the Kansas City Chiefs kind of started off as a streamer type of defense that you're kind of playing here and there, and then next thing you know, you look up and they were one of the elite defenses in fantasy. I think that the Lions might be on the verge of one of those types. So if you got them, don't let them go unless you absolutely have to, because I think they really get after the passer. They defend the run well, and even though they're not the best defensive team throwing through the air, but a lot of teams can't get to their passing game because their front four is so well.
Okay, well, you know what?
And that's the bottom line.
LB said it.
That's right, LB. All right, next game up here. Man, I think this one's going to be a slaughter here. This is right up Johnny's alley.
Buccaneers versus Steelers.
You talk about a team looking worse than the Jaguars or worse than a college football team. The Buccaneers on Thursday night against the Falcons. That was an embarrassment. Rainey coming in with 2 fumbles. Doug Martin has been an absolute disappointment this year. They're going to go to Glennon now as their quarterback. Buccaneers in this one. Vincent Jackson, I know he's drafted very high by a lot of fantasy owners. Hasn't shown up. I mean, the guy's one of the most athletic wide receivers in all the NFL. Can't get him the ball. Buccaneers at the Steelers. As we know, it's so hard to win in Pittsburgh. I mean, Steelers, right?
Steelers.
Johnny?
Oh, Steelers, definitely. And start them all. LB said it, right?
All right. Oh,
damn
man.
right.
That's damn right. All right, I'm going to go with the Steelers as well. In this one, I think it is a rout 28-17 in this one. I like the Steelers at home, of course, to come up big, and especially with Harrison coming back, baby.
You should have left the teen off of that right
I
there.
should have right there. All right, what do you got on this one here, Lawrence?
This is actually a dangerous game because the Steelers just came off of a huge win. Now they don't have Shazier or their other linebacker, and then Ike Taylor's down, that's gonna be huge in this game. Not saying they're gonna lose, but don't be surprised if it's closer than it should be.
Okay.
But I still got but I still got the Steelers, and I'm probably gonna clean the bathroom during this game because there's no reason to watch.
Oh, Johnny, this is the.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
I do.
Johnny will be.
It's no slight on the Steelers. It's just that they should handle business, and there's no reason to watch anything that Tampa Bay is doing. In
While I'm
life.
watching the Steelers win, I'll know you have your head in the
Johnny,
toilet.
it's a compliment to you. You know, you shouldn't watch this game because the Steelers should win so bad.
And
All
I
right.
promise to tweet you if they're winning.
I was talking. I was talking about this player earlier. Lawrence, I was talking about this player earlier with Johnny. Is Antonio Brown? Is he going to be? I think he's a top 10 wide receiver from here on out.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger is looking for him down in and down out. He's starting to be featured in the red zone a lot more, which is one of the concerns that a lot of fantasy owners were having with him is how is he going to be featured in the red zone? Well, that question's been answered. So I think, going forward, start him with confidence and play him every week.
All right, I like it. Who's going to be your
fantasy zombie?
Who's your zombie in this one?
All Steelers, everything. Antonio Brown, start Le'Veon Bell, Marcus Wheaton if you're down. If you're down a receiver.
Look at that.
LeGarrette Blunt might even get some action. I'm not sure about LeGarrette Blunt. I wouldn't advise that.
winning.
But obviously, Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown are starting for you. Ben Roethlisberger is a guy who's a solid fill-in if you have Russell Wilson on bye.
Yeah,
So,
I like it. All right, I like Roethlisberger.
Kicked off a nosebleed.
All right, here we go. This is going to be your.
You better have the ticket. Because it's the blackout game of the week.
The blackout game of the week. Real quick, fellas. I don't want to spend more than maybe 30 seconds on here.
Dolphins versus Raiders.
I don't know who to pick here. I mean, really, Dolphins get blown out at home by the Chiefs here. Raiders or the Black Hole's tough to play. Knocker, what do you got?
Is this in Oakland?
It's in Oakland. It's in the hole.
I'm going to go with Oakland in the upset.
Oakland in the hole here. Get their first win of the season.
Yeah, they got to win sometime.
You got to win sometime, right? So you going with the Raiders here. All right, Johnny.
I should have said it first. I'm taking Oakland in the upset.
Atta boy.
Go! All right.
Hurry.
I'm going Oakland in the upset. I don't know about it. All right, Lawrence, what do you got?
Hey, man, I'm joining the crew. I'm going to Oakland, too. Why not?
I thought I was going to be
the Raiders.
So does that mean we all agreed with Bud? Or?
I thought I was going to be unique. The sore thumb.
Which probably means that the Dolphins are going to win now.
Yeah,
you're right. The Dolphins are going to win this
but
game.
I don't understand what the Dolphins are doing. The Dolphins are trying to make Tannehill be something that he's not, and they're actually averaging over 5 yards per carry on the ground with an offensive line that nobody thought was going to do anything. Bill Lazor's doing a great job with the running game, but for some reason they're throwing the ball, and now they have a bunch of rifts going on in the front office, and it's just a mess over there. Oakland this weekend.
Yeah, I agree. One guy, again, for the Dolphins, it kind of been big last week for me, Lamar Miller, especially with the No-Sean Moreno injury. Is he going to be your
fantasy beast?
What do you think this week?
Yeah, I actually have Lamar Miller if they give him the football. I think that right now he understands that No-Sean Moreno practically took the job from him, and this is a 4-week audition to show that he should be in the mix, if not the starter. I think he keeps it going. He's been playing well since No-Sean Moreno went down.
I agree. Who's your
fantasy zombie?
Anybody on the Raiders and Dolphins?
Wow.
I mean, Oakland, anything. If you have to start some Oakland, you must be in dire straits. I'm not advising any Oakland players in this game.
Real quick, as we move on, Mike Wallace, how do you see him coming out in this game? He's been, pretty good through the first 3 weeks, kind of a surprise wide receiver for where you got him value-wise in the draft. How do you see Mike Wallace doing in this game?
Yeah, I think he'll do decent. I don't think the Oakland Raiders pose a threat to him. I think Lamar Miller has the better day if they stick to the running game. But, yeah, I think Mike Wallace can get a touchdown in this game. I mean, Bill Lazor's doing a great job of moving him all over the field and kind of using him like they did Deshaun Jackson. So it's not a surprise that he's actually having a pretty solid year.
All right, let's move to this game real quick, fellas.
Jaguars versus Chargers.
Jaguars versus Chargers. Chargers all the way around, fellas?
Yeah.
Yep. All right, Lawrence, I know you're going to go with the Chargers here. Phillip Rivers is going to be a very good play here on the bye week, especially if you have him as your backup quarterback. Keenan Allen, though, real quick, I want to ask you, Keenan Allen in this game, disappointment so far. Is this his breakout game?
I hope so. If it's not, I'm going to be eating a lot of Twinkies early in the morning.
Wow.
Because I'm just tired. my life's over because I picked Keenan Allen at such a high spot in the draft, and it's just so sad to watch Phillip Rivers constantly throw the ball to running backs the whole game, and then give the ball to Eddie Royal, and then throw it to Gates' old ass.
Yeah.
And it's depressing. It's starting to make me feel like the only reason he was producing last year is because he was mainly the only option they had.
Yeah.
And right now, it just looks like Phillip Rivers is throwing it everywhere but to Keenan Allen, and it sucks.
Yeah, I agree.
If he can't get off this game, it's time to panic. But there's been reason to believe that he's had some bad matchups to start the year. On top of the fact that they're not throwing him the ball, but at some point it has to come. And if it's not this week, you might need to be looking for someone who still has optimistic views on him, or you might have to sit him for someone on your bench.
Yeah, you can take 80 cents on the dollar here with Keenan Allen if he doesn't produce here. I think, the whole Chargers team, especially going to go offense, should be doing pretty well. Donald Brown now, as we talked Johnny earlier, becomes almost a top 10 running back here with the Chargers, right?
Yeah, wait, did you say me or Johnny?
No, you go ahead, Lawrence. Yeah, I said Johnny.
We were talking about
me and
it
Johnny were
earlier,
talking about how valuable Donald Brown becomes now, especially with this offense. He's a top 10 running back.
Oh, yeah, he's extremely valuable, and I think he could be a top 10 player for this week. I don't know about moving forward he's top 10, but definitely this week with the way the Jaguars can't stop anybody. And, like I said, sometimes sheer volume gives a guy way more value than maybe he would have if he was sharing the backfield. So, yeah, start him with confidence this week.
I agree. So we'll just give the
Fantasy Zombie
to anyone playing on the Jaguars. All right, next game up here.
Falcons versus Vikings.
Oh, my God, in the game that really...
Oh, my God, who the hell cares?
I don't give a fuck.
I like that addition. I like that addition to the oh my God, who doesn't care game of the week. The I don't give a fuck game as well. All right, here. Falcons, man, put up some offense. They've got a lot of rest here coming into this game. Teddy Bridgewater going to be the quarterback from here on out here with Castle going to be out for the season. Vikings without Peterson. Man, Vikings at home, I know it's two dome teams, but I'm going Falcons on the road here. I think it's close because, I think the Vikings keep it close because especially with the home field. But I like the Falcons here, 27-20.
Well, obviously the Falcons didn't want Arthur Blank coming down their face, in the words of Terry Bradshaw last week.
I like Mark Sanchez.
Coming down my face, I have to play that.
That was a Terry Bradshaw quote right there. Would you want Arthur Blank coming down your face?
You?
No, I definitely would not.
No.
Definitely would not.
Obviously, the Falcons were motivated.
Yeah.
You got to go Atlanta. Minnesota's just in dire straits.
It's a crappy game here.
I like Teddy Bridgewater, but it's just falling apart in Minnesota, so I'm going to go with Atlanta.
Johnny,
come on, taking the Falcons.
All right, taking the Falcons. I'm taking the Falcons as well. Again, Lawrence, what do you got, man?
Call me crazy, but this is one of my sneaky upsets of the week.
I like it.
I think the reason I think the Vikings get this game, they went to New Orleans and held New Orleans to 12 points. They actually have a sneaky, solid defense, not fantasy-wise, but real life. And I think that Matt Ryan isn't the greatest of guys away from home. So you combine that with the fact that Teddy Bridgewater can run a little bit. He's going to keep the chains moving because he can move his feet. I think he puts some pop into this offense, just enough to beat the Falcons. I think they win 23-20.
Wow.
And that's the bottom line.
Because LB said it.
That's right. All right, here. Who's going to be here? All right, you got the Vikings winning.
Fantasy Beast.
Bridgewater?
Fantasy. No, just because I got them winning doesn't mean they're gonna have the beat.
All right,
Julio Jones.
Okay.
Until someone stops him, he's the fantasy beast wherever he goes.
If Roddy White, I've got him on a couple teams. He is questionable coming this game. They said he could have played last week, but they wanted to sit him out, get some extra rest, especially with the matchup. If he is good to go this week, you start Roddy White, correct?
Absolutely. He's a locked-in wide receiver number 2 with potential wide receiver 1 upside. You play Roddy anytime he's healthy.
Okay.
Fantasy Zombie.
Who's your zombie in this one?
Fantasy zombie in this game, I'm gonna have to go with Cordero Patterson, even though I don't want to. I need to see it out of him before I can give him. And it's not him. He's another one of those guys I classify as it's not him. It's his situation. And I just think that. But it frustrates me because I think the Vikings need to find more ways to get him the football.
For sure.
They threw a bubble screen to him early in the game last Sunday, and he took it for 28 yards, and they never tried it. again ever try jet sweeps, put him in the backfield. He hasn't ran the ball since the Rams game. They need to find. They don't have that many weapons. They need to find ways to get him the football.
I agree,
Totally
man.
agree.
He's had one good week here. A lot of fantasy players drafted him high here. But without a quarterback, it's going to be kind of hard to get him the ball. All right, next up here. This is going to be a very interesting game here. I'm actually going to sit Nick Foles and place a Kirk Cousins in this game because
Eagles versus 49ers.
Eagles versus Niners. Niners a very, very desperate team at 1-2 right now. Harbaugh off a loss was usually pretty good, but again, last week against the Cardinals, man, give it up for Stan. You got to give it up for this kid. Played well. Cardinals defense is legit. Have held their opponents to under 20 points in the first three games here. Eagles on the road against the Niners. Niners, man, they got to show me something until I can believe. I just think the Eagles offense is a little too much in this game. I like Eagles in a close one here. I'm going to go 31-27 Eagles. What do you got, Knocker?
I'm going with the Eagles also.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
absolutely.
Johnny Box, what
Come
do you
on,
got?
Nick Foles, Eagles.
All right, Lawrence, what do you got in this one, man? You going to round it out, or are you going with the Niners at home?
I'm going. I want to go with the Niners, but I have to say the Eagles. The 49ers cannot get a pass rush, and I think you should start Nick Foles because of that. He's going to have all day to pass, and I think you can take advantage of that secondary. They don't really have it. They still don't have people that can cover, and because of that, the Eagles might still continue to dominate in the passing game.
I agree. Here, who's your
fantasy beast?
Who's your beast in this one? A lot of guys can go off on the Eagles side of the ball. Who you like?
Man, I actually have Nick Foles. I think Nick Foles is going to have a really good.
I'm talking about.
I think he's going to have a really good game.
I like it
think the 49ers can't get to the quarterback, and the fact that you can't get to him, that works well for Nick Foles because we see when he's under pressure, he's not the greatest of guys. But if he has enough time to sit back there and point out who he wants to get the ball to, he's going to pick you apart. And I think the 49ers are going to have that issue.
So far, this guy has been very, very frustrating for fantasy owners. Frank Gore is here.
Fantasy zombie.
Is he your zombie this week?
I want to say yeah, because I think they need to. The funny thing about the 49ers is they want to get back to running the football, but if they were going to pass any week, this is the week they need to pass. I don't know why they went pass heavy last week against the Arizona Cardinals defense that is specialized to shut down the pass, but the Eagles, they can't stop anybody. You see what Kirk Cousins just did to them, and they've been a bad pass defense team for the last year or so. This is the week they need to pass, so I don't think Frank Gore gets as much action as he probably would want.
No, I agree with you. All right, Colin Kaepernick, man, is he worth starting this week, especially on a bye? How do you feel about Colin Kaepernick going from here out as your fantasy football starting quarterback?
I think if you need him, I think if you just need him to contribute, then you're fine. If you need him to be one of your studs, you're probably in a bad spot. But I think this is a game that he can play well. He'll give you 20+ points. I think the Eagles are somebody that he can definitely have some success against. But like I said, if he's one of the guys you're really counting on week in and week out, that's not good. But if he's just a contributor and you got other horses that can carry the load, you'll be just fine.
Do you think Harbaugh would ever leave, or do you think there's a situation that they're writing about that he would leave San Francisco with where he's at, and the buildup that's happening there, the tension? Do you think he would leave and take that Michigan job?
I think it would be a tough decision for him. I think that depending on how this year finishes out would really determine if he would stay or leave.
Yeah.
But I think if they finish on a bad note and it's just kind of going the wrong way, and it already seems like him and the front office are having difference in opinion on talent and ideas on what they want to do with the team, I think that at that point he probably would really consider the Michigan job, because I don't think it would be he doesn't have any benefit on staying with the 49ers, especially when it seems like they've stepped down a notch. They don't look like the Super Bowl contender they used to be, so I think he would really love to go and turn Michigan around, much like he did the 49ers.
Absolutely agree.
All right, here next up here, Sunday Night Football.
Saints
versus.
What?
Best thing about Sunday night is the new dress that she's wearing.
Oh, Carrie Underwood?
Yeah.
You like it?
A lot better than the jean shorts last year.
Usually I would play this for the Saints versus the... But not this week, bitches. How about them Cowboys?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys,
They didn't
Lawrence.
cover the first half, so
down
F them.
21-0. DeMarco Murray, now the top fantasy running back in all the NFL. Cowboys. Romo's not looking very good. Jason Witten been a disappointment, but that offensive line looks pretty legit here. Sunday Night Football, Saints versus Cowboys. Knocker, I'm going to throw it to you first. What do you got?
This is in Dallas?
Yeah. God. What happened to my background?
I'm going to go with the Saints.
Going with the Saints at home?
Yeah, I don't know
no,
why.
No, Saints on the road?
Yeah, I don't know why. And I'm
No, there's a reason to go why, because they're playing the Cowboys, and you finally start believing the Cowboys are going to disappoint you. That's why.
I'm so pissed at them blowing the first half in my money that I'm going with New Orleans this week.
All right, going with New Orleans?
You can hear it in your voice, but Knocker, you're hurt still.
Dude, it was pick 'em. It was pick 'em.
Yeah.
And they were down 21. Are you kidding me? 21-0, and you want to play in the Super Bowl?
Lawrence,
F y'all.
I've got to think this over a little more, man. What do you got in this game here? Saints on the road against Cowboys, Sunday Night Football.
It's like I told you last week. I can't pick the Cowboys because as soon as I start to put my heart into it,
exactly.
they just break it.
I agree.
So I don't even know what's more impressive, the fact that they won that game or the fact that they came down from 21, because they never do that. But it looks like this team is starting to build some resolve. They look like they have a fight in them. They look like they have a chip on their shoulder. So I would love to pick the Cowboys at home, but I'm gonna have to say New Orleans just out of sheer non-belief. Even though I love the Cowboys, but geez, they've given me a lot of nights where I'm just not feeling good.
Johnny, before I make my decision, I'm going to go to you. Saints on the road, Sunday Night Football against the Cowboys. We know how you love the Cowboys. What do you got?
I'm taking the Saints.
God, I knew you were going to go there. All right.
And that's just out of spite, right?
Before we get to our fantasy boom bust, I'm going to go with the Saints.
Wow.
31-28 on a pick six by Romo at the end of the game. It's what I'm going. It's what I'm going.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
When Tony Romo throws you a pick six at the end of the game. That's right.
Oh, wow.
No, Lawrence, you couldn't have said it. You took the words out of my mouth. Until the Cowboys win 3 or 4 straight. Yeah, actually prove something. You didn't prove anything against a Rams team that you shouldn't have been down by in the first place, and you came back on.
Exactly.
I'm going with the Saints in this one, especially because they're desperate as well. They're 1-2. They still know they have to win here. I'm going to go 31-27 here. Saints. As far as your boom bust, a lot of frustrated fantasy owners with Drew Brees. Who gets it going in this one?
I think DeMarco Murray keeps it going. I think that the Saints are going to have trouble stopping him.
All right, he is. He's been the top running back so far this season. Until he gets hurt, you got to go with him. Here we go.
Fantasy Zombie.
Who goes sleepwalking in this one?
Fantasy Zombie, I think, is going to be Marcus Colston. I think that he's going to have a bad matchup with either Brandon Carr or Orlando Scandrick. He's already been up and down this year, and I think he's a guy who's going to have a quiet day.
Yeah, what do you think? I'm sorry, Josh.
Go ahead.
What do you think of Morris Claiborne?
Yeah.
Just playing.
Yeah. I got a bunch of yards passed on me, but I want to start.
And going home because Orlando Scandrick is named
baby.
the starter. What the hell's up with that, bro?
Well, I love the passion. I love the fact that he gives a damn. That's one thing, because the Cowboys, to me, seem like they haven't had enough people that care that much of late. I get sick of watching them lose, and they just look so ho-hum, like we just lost another game. Like Jason Witten and DeMarcus Ware would kill me. I don't even want to get into it. Anyway, I think that he's a little unrealistic. He hasn't been playing well. He's been one of the worst corners in the league. He's one of the worst starting corners in the league. And Orlando Scandrick has been Dallas's best cornerback for a little while now, even though they gave all the money to Brandon Carr. I love the fight. I love his attitude, but he has to be realistic. You're the third guy on the depth chart at this point. Just be happy you're still playing. You were the 6th pick in the draft, and you're not living up to it. You got to fight.
Be a pro.
You know what, Claiborne?
Everybody hurts.
Sorry, I had to play that for Claiborne there. All right, guys. Big game coming up here.
Monday night
well, we do have a question. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
we do have a
go
fantasy
ahead.
question from Proto.
Yeah.
Kaepernick or Cam Newton this week?
Lawrence.
Out of who got? You said Kaepernick and who else?
Cam Newton.
Kaepernick. I'm going Kaepernick.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Easier
there's your
defense
answer.
to navigate.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think he's got a little more passing options, plus he can run in. All right, Monday Night Football here. Going to be kind of a doozer, actually. If you want to impress your wife here, take her out Monday Night Football. It's the Patriots
versus Chiefs.
Knocker, is this something you're staying up for on a Monday night here? I know your sleep schedule. You're going to be moving this weekend. Are you staying up for Monday Night Football? Patriots offense looked horrible. Chiefs finally get off the schneid, winning a big game in Miami. Not normally a road team usually goes into Miami and wins that game, but Patriots offense looks. Tom Brady is droppable. If you're in a 10-team fantasy league, he is not worth owning at this point.
Before the season started, this looked like a marquee matchup, and now it's really who the hell cares?
Yeah.
They're just neither team is fun to watch. Neither team is exciting to watch anymore. But
All right, you're not giving this game a whole lot of pump up here. I'm going to say that this is a game that you're going to want to watch because you're going to want to see if Jamal Charles is going to come back first.
Wait. Do you have Jamal Charles on your fantasy team?
Of course he does.
Yeah.
That's the only reason fantasy application. That's the only reason this game is a big deal to anybody.
And you're going to want to see if Stephon Ridley's going to have a big game.
Oh, my God.
on
Look
my
at
fantasy.
this guy.
And I'm just helping out Mr. Awesome here because I think you're really going down hard on this one, but I think it's going to be a good game.
I agree.
Where's the game at?
And I'm taking Patriots.
It's in Kansas City
Sorry,
here.
Austin.
I'm going to go Chiefs.
And Chiefs. All right, real quick here, Lawrence. Chiefs with Jamal Charles at a late start game on Monday. Do you wait to see if he is even active for this game?
Before I answer that, let me just go ahead and say on record, Mr. Awesome is 0-2 against me lifetime. But yes,
Hang on, Mr. Awesome, this is for you.
Well, tell him to suck my balls.
Oh, yeah.
LB just said it right there.
LB just said it in your
out.
face.
That's
no big deal. No big deal. Just one win.
Who's
no
counting,
big deal.
right? Who's
That's
counting,
what we do
right?
Here. Win attitude. But no, I think Jamal Charles is gonna play. I don't think you have to really wait. I think you'll probably know by Saturday night that he's gonna be good to go.
Cool.
Just stay monitored on what's going on in the practices. They probably keep him limited just so they don't have any setbacks. But I think he's gonna be ready to go.
Yeah, that's why I told Johnny because he's got Jamal in a couple teams. I was like, just wait till Saturday. You're gonna find out if he's playing or not. All right, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs at home here. Patriots just haven't impressed me. I like the home team here, home crowd in Kansas City. Lawrence, you going with Chiefs against Patriots? Who you got?
I got the Patriots, and it's going to be ugly because nobody wants to say it, but Tom Brady has not been good for 2 years.
No.
He wasn't good last year. He isn't good this year, but people want to still put him in the upper echelon of quarterbacks. He's not that guy right now. He's missing people left and right. He's overthrowing people left and right. And he's kind of acting like Aaron Rodgers. He doesn't want to take any accountability. He wants to generalize it and say, we're not playing good as an offense. No, Tom Brady, you're not playing good as a quarterback. So he needs to get his shit together.
Preach it, brother. Preach it.
At LB said it. All right, guys, that's been our Week 4 picks. Here on the Sportscast NFL Game Day Show. Johnny
Feels
in first
good.
place. Johnny, how do you feel about your picks
I
this week?
submitted my picks.
You did?
I'm in.
You feeling good? You picked all favorites, no?
No, I had a few upsets.
A few upsets this week?
I had the Raiders, and I had the Eagles.
The Eagles. All right, I like it. All right, guys, make sure you guys follow at LB Said It on Twitter. Lawrence, thank you once again for joining us. Your Boom Bust column will be out tomorrow on Wednesday.
Check it out,
on
people.
Thursday. Check it out, guys. He'll get you all set up for your fantasy football week. Lawrence, buddy, thank you once again.
Thank you, man. Good to hear from you guys. Always a pleasure.
You
Love
too,
you,
buddy.
brother.
You guys take care. We'll talk to you next week, buddy.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
big game, Stanford, Washington,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Big game, baby.
Big
Go
game.
Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Big game. We need it. We need it.
Yeah, you do.
All right, guys. Real quick. Hey, before we go, we got to get on the fuck out. I'm going to get to it real quick. Just real quick. I'm going to throw it out there, okay? Is that okay,
I love
Johnny?
Toker. Toker
Yeah.
chimes in. Brady's all I got.
That's all he's got?
I know. I feel for you, buddy.
All right, guys, real quick before we go, we got a special edition of
You got knocked the fuck out, man.
You got knocked the fuck out.
Renee, you ready to throw these up here? All right, here we go. Here, first up, and you got knocked the fuck out. Yeah,
Now
now
I
he
am.
is.
Yeah,
Wow.
Hey, remember Wes Welker? He got knocked out a couple weeks ago, right?
Again?
Got suspended
Right?
for a couple mollies.
Yeah.
He decides to come back in his first game,
Oh, I saw this.
and he gets absolutely blown up here
Yeah,
by
he
Earl
does.
Thomas here. LOB here, Legion of Boom. In the again, Peyton Manning interception. Check out the video here at thenewsportsgroup.com and also watch us live.
Oh,
Johnny, he gets blown up here,
he
man.
just gets dropped.
He gets dropped. He's like, I'm Batman. Yes.
You got knocked the fuck out, man.
You got knocked the fuck out.
I don't.
Wes
Yeah,
Welker,
Molly bitch.
I don't
Molly
think
bitch.
Wes has a very bright future.
No, he does not.
For
no,
him
he
coming
does not.
Oh my God, it's a
He's
lot
gonna
of.
be one of those guys. He'll He'll be in one of those
future?
NFL lawsuits in 2025.
I used to be Wes Welker.
Guy.
Yeah.
Guy, just hold on here, okay? All right, next up here, and you got knocked the fuck out again. You can check out all these videos at thenewsportscrew.com. Drew Brees getting suplexed over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
During the Saints win over the Vikings.
What's up with that?
He got pretty pissed
Yeah, he did.
after this. You can check it out here. WWE move going on here on Drew Brees. Got a little upset here, Knocker. What was this? Foul or fair here, Knocker?
Foul.
Foul.
Yeah.
You can't suplex a quarterback like that, right?
No, because you know you're doing it. You know when you're behind him, you can take him sideways or you can suplex him.
Exactly.
You chose to suplex him. No place for that.
I agree. Johnny, what do you think about the hit here? I know you just looked at it first time here. What do you think?
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't do that, right? But you know what, Drew Brees?
You got knocked the fuck out, man.
Yeah, you did.
You got knocked the fuck out.
A birthmark, bitch.
A WWE suplexing motherfucking bitch. Sorry, Knocker. I had to throw in some cuss words at the end there for you.
Damn. We're losing it.
All right, last up, we got two more here. Now, Knocker, soccer brawls are really fun. When we post those up at thenewsportsgroup.com, I mean,
'em.
soccer fights get insane. There's like karate kicks, Mortal Kombat shit going on,
Absolutely.
right? We'll check out this flying kick here from a soccer brawl over the weekend, Knocker. Just right to the chest.
Chest plant.
Chest plant, and you got knocked the fuck out.
Hadouken. That's what I was going to say.
Here we go.
Hadouken. There you go.
You got knocked the fuck out, man.
You got knocked the fuck out.
Saturday Soccer League, bitch.
Hadouken.
Hadouken, bitch. There we go. All right, we got two more here. Now, college football. Michigan hasn't been playing very well this year.
No, Brady Hoke is gone.
And this is all summed up in one play. Check out Michigan's Devin Funchess, lit up by Utah safety
man.
Brian Belchin over the weekend here. Gets absolutely drilled. You got there, Renee. It's called Michigan's Devin Funchess gets lit up by Utah's safety Brian Belchin. I mean, Knocker blown up in the air, right?
I like turtles.
Yeah, that's an I like turtles.
I remember that. God, I remember that.
You got knocked the fuck out.
High throwing quarterback. It's your fault I got laid out, bitch.
I couldn't have said it any better there, Knocker. Couldn't have said it any better.
Quarterback laid this.
He better be buying me some drinks later, right? That quarterback.
Absolutely.
All right.
That was all on the
last up
quarterback.
here. This is up Renee's alley here. Atlanta Braves. Renee, you've been to a ball game, right?
I have, yes.
Okay. Have you
Many.
ever come close to catching a foul ball?
You know what? I have come close a couple times, but I've never actually caught one.
Do you bring your glove?
No, I don't.
You're a man, right?
Yeah.
Catch with your hands,
Catch
right?
with my hands.
Unlike this little bitch, you couldn't catch a ball. It hit him square in the face here at the Braves game over the weekend.
No.
Right in the dome.
You got knocked the fuck out, man.
You got knocked the fuck out.
I've actually seen that happen to a baseball player.
Foul ball. Seriously, you're a bitch.
Canseco.
God.
Canseco.
See a
It went
thing.
for a home run.
Couldn't see a thing, guys.
Remember when it bounced off Canseco's head and went
That's
over
what
the
I'm
fence?
saying,
Yeah.
Canseco went for a home run.
I'm sorry, but this guy looks like...
Anyone ever tell you look like a penis with a little hat on?
That's what you look like, Braves fan. A little penis with a hat on. All right, guys, been another great show. I want to thank Lawrence Brooks, our fantasy guru.
Can I give a hats off?
Said it.
Can
you
I
can
give
give
a
it a hats off. Go ahead.
Hats off.
We're
to
signing off.
for the two fans at Dodger Stadium who did the kiss cam thing and then poured their
Oh,
beers
Renee,
over
you
each
got,
other.
Renee, you got the picture?
Dude, that's true love.
The Dodgers fan, I know we talked about it earlier.
Yeah, I don't have it pulled up right
Okay,
now.
it's
Go
all
to
right.
the
We're going to-
newsportsguru.com because
Yeah.
that is true love because that beer cost you $15. You
Those
know
are
what I'm saying?
$30 a beer you're pouring on your head. So
You must love each other. I thought that
Giants,
was awesome,
Dodgers
though.
tonight, though. Dodgers can clinch the division.
Clinch it. Kershaw's on the mound. Win
Kershaw.
number 21.
That's right. All right, guys, again, check us out on iTunes. Subscribe to the show. Tell a friend. Get your T-shirt today at thenewsportsgroup.com.
Tell a friend.
All you fans out there, you guys make this happen every week. We really appreciate it. Check us out, though. Once again, thenewsportsgroup.com. Become a VIP. Knocker 4-0 last week.
Yeah.
Won us some money.
Yeah.
Johnny Icebox, the king of pick'ems in fantasy football.
Yeah, living large, baby.
Renee.
Working hard. No
Renee.
leaf blower on my back.
Renee, great,
Yes.
great Mexican minute today.
Thank you, man.
Really appreciate it today.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, be good humans. We'll be back next week.
Thank you.